My
Talos Principle, here we come.
I don't know why my
Okay,
thing's
so before you
acting.
start your stream, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my social security number and my credit card information. My credit card is
Oh yeah, give it.
Okay.
Look, if a man is willing to give you his credit card details and his bank account details, I'm worried about the bank account and I'm worried about the credit card.
Do we have a Talos? I don't know if we need a
'Cause you're-
hotkey setup. But I do
Because you're
have
meeting
it.
a
Okay. We're good.
Oh, cool. There's actually hotkeys for it. I didn't
Well,
know
I
that.
always there might be. I have a hotkey setup for everything, so it might be minimal, but I still have
Yeah.
something there for whatever reason. It's whatever they're in my primary keys. But it might not be
change
too
hotkeys
complicated.
of solitaire if you could.
Oh yeah. This has got serious Greek mythology vibes, huh? Like solid. Even the style is like classical.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on it? You started it? Oh, I haven't started, sorry, but it's in the preview.
Yeah, this is definitely Greece. Warm summer's day in Greece. I was like expecting Aristotle to pop out somewhere.
Okay. I'm ready to push play. Let me know when you're ready.
I don't know if I'm ready, Float. I've got anxiety. I've got performance
Well, you
anxiety.
two have fun.
Alright, so
so-
still.
You guys take care. Take it
Alright.
easy.
You too, man. Thanks
Alright.
for like the chat. It was cool, man.
Yeah, no problem. See ya.
Adios, adios.
Alright, so still. Catch you up.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm ready, Flo. Like, we could press play and go in, but I've got like performance anxiety because we just finished Riven, dude, and and we didn't just finish it. We dominated. We dominated that game.
We sure did. Yeah, we did it in
Yeah.
pretty good time. Two minds.
So I think let's do it. Let's get in there. Let's start doing the math. Let's
Alright.
science the shit out of it.
Alright, and when there's reading, we'll read it together. We'll do this,
Yeah.
Alright, start it
We
up.
had a, we had a good system in Riven, so
Alright, let's go. What up, Drew? What up, Soul Steel?
hey, what up? What up?
Drew says that one thing that surprises me about this game is that there's three different endings. Yeah. They're
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's like Riven. There's so let's see which ones we both get.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't finish the game in 10 minutes, Flo. I guess that's the bad ending, right?
That definitely will be the bad ending. That's the fourth ending.
Yeah, that's exactly like what Riven does. You just get this ending and you're like, I did it. No, you didn't.
Okay.
Man, there's like add-ons here as well, Flo. Like more puzzle for the puzzle.
Yeah, I just saw that. Road to demo short. Well, let's see. Talos Principle. New game. Yes. Here we go. All right, started it.
Okay, dude, let's do it. Interesting. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So we're a robot.
Yeah, it showed us the hand right there. That was a little glimpse.
Behold, child,
Cause I can't see my
you
legs.
are risen from the dust, and
Yeah,
you
that's
walk
never a
in
good
my
thing.
garden.
Wow, but this game is
Hear
magnificent.
now
Like
my
the look of
voice,
it, right?
and know that I am your maker.
Wow. Okay,
And
so
I am
definitely
called
Greek
Elohim. Seek me in
and
my
like the
temple,
plants as well,
if you
Mediterranean.
are worthy.
Yeah, right. I'm sure.
Yeah, interesting.
The symbolism right here is
Yeah, like look at
here
that, like
on
it's an
purpose.
angel. Yeah, it's. I wonder, like, how much do we need to? This is the one question we always have to ask when you start a new puzzle game: is how much attention do you really need to pay? Right. That's the
right.
that's the broad question. Like, what is there for decoration, and what is there for like puzzle solving?
I think you'll find the feel of it in the first course. You'll get an idea of
Yeah,
it. But
yeah.
definitely there's some lore that we need to make sure we pay attention to. Because
Sounds good, but you-
I just don't think that chair is one of them though.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to sit down on the chair with the left butt cheek at 22 degrees. and
It's
then it
angled
opens,
just about. Okay, subject-object interaction. Okay.
Okay, this is interesting.
Computer
so what is this
activated
thing?
it.
Looks
Yeah.
it looks almost like a surveyor, like a thing that you survey land with.
Yeah.
Or a camera, or I don't know, like it says jammer. Okay, so it's obviously some sort of beam sound weapon of some sort.
Oh shoot. It says take jammer.
Okay,
Called-
let's take it. Can you? Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
What do you
go
think?
with I'm gonna go with the flow with you, dude. Like, I know that you've got a little bit more experience than I do here, but I
Yeah.
assume we need to take it. It's kind of like you know when it says take something, I assume take it. It's like you know in Resident Evil when it says, "Do you want to take the ammo?" Like, why do I have the option of saying no? Right? Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, let me lower. Yeah, I'm letting you figure this one out right here.
Okay, let's have a look. So I'm assuming that can we access those two doors, Flo? Can we go through, or can't we? Because if we can't, then I'm assuming you need to point the jammer at the door and hit the button.
Yeah. Let's try it.
You just remember I'm a little bit delayed behind you, so what I'm living in the past, you're living in the future.
Oh yeah, no, I'm letting you figure out this first phase right here.
Okay, so let's see if we can.
not
so
giving
let's, yeah. So I'm thinking the blue, you have to point the jammer in that direction, right? And then maybe switch it on.
Let's try it. Are you playing at the same time as I'm playing, or?
No, I'm a little bit behind you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like, am I playing the game on my side?
Yeah.
While you're playing the game.
Yeah.
No. I'm watching your stream, dude. Yeah. I'm watching your stream.
Okay.
Sorry, dude.
I thought I was like waiting for you to like figure it out.
Because I'll get it and then I'll play with you. But like, yeah, I thought maybe
Okay.
I'll just come along ride this time round.
Okay. So look.
Okay, so that works. Awesome. But
So
then,
good.
can you take the jammer with you or not?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, let's see. Let's grab it.
Oh, so you kind of have to squeeze it in and then.
So you have to. So we
It's
can't
quite
take
important.
it. Yeah. So let's see what's in here.
So teaching us this right from the beginning. That thing opens force fields, basically parts force fields. So it's probably going to come in handy later.
Yeah. So let's see.
Man, what the hell is that?
That's dangerous.
Wait a minute, there are things that can kill us in this game.
Yeah. Those.
Oh shit.
That's
Yeah, I
too
have a theory,
far.
mate.
Yeah. What's your theory?
Run like hell.
Let's see. Let's see his theory right there.
Oh, wait a minute. There's another jammer. on this. Okay, it didn't work. All right, let's. I think there's another jammer I saw there, Flo. Maybe we must use that.
All right, let's go. Maybe we could jam them. Right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Look at that.
Do some jamming technology. Hey, what the hell? Okay, we can jam things. Ah, but you see, you have to leave it behind, so you have to make your choices. Okay,
I can get on top of them. Oh, look at that.
What? Special awareness, dude.
Come on, get up there. Figure it out. We probably use something like that.
Can you imagine, like if some ancient Greeks saw us now?
All right, it's a machine gun right there. You want me to run fast?
No, just jam that thing. No, we don't throw our lives away here, Flo. We have to look after ourselves, dude. Nice.
Let's
Okay,
see.
it's strange that they put us in a situation where we have to disable things that can possibly kill us by testing us. I'm trying to think of the meta. Why? Why are we here, Flo? What are we doing?
Yeah. That's the question.
So we're obviously being
All
tested,
across this
and
land,
if we
I
failed,
have
we would have been
created
destroyed.
trials for you to overcome.
Well, we were destroyed and came
within
back.
each I have hidden a sigil. It is your purpose to seek these sigils, for thus you will serve
quite
the
magnificent,
generations to
actually.
come and attain eternal
look at the bricks.
life.
Yeah, bricks easy to make and pile up.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine how much wood they had to burn to bake bricks?
I know, that's true. To heat up.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a sign, a little Tetris sign.
Yeah.
Peephole.
Look at that.
Oh, people. Oh, okay, so we can use the little window to do things. Yeah, Tetris.
So let's go in here. It says peephole. So, oh, that's
Yeah,
why, because it's a peephole.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's because, like, you can see through the peephole here. Yeah, and maybe we have to jam something on the other end from here. So, like, the ball, the big ball.
Let's see. Oh,
Okay. So we can get in here. Can we get out? Oh, okay, I've got a better idea, Flo.
Yep.
Jam this door from the other side and then take that thing.
all right, let's do it.
You see, now they're busy teaching us object relations, dude.
Yeah, now we got that.
Use a tool to get the tool so that you can use the tool.
Oh, there's two of them. So you know what?
Jam it. Jam that one and then get the other one and jam the other one.
All right.
Okay, actually no, we need to, can we pick up that other one that's there and take it through with us?
Nope.
Okay, so then what we need to do is we need to jam the closest ball through the window, and then get the ball that's on the further side with the one that's mobile. So they're teaching us here you have to go back to go forward. That's basically like the logic.
Bam.
Nicely done, good sir.
You will not need this sigil to open the
Okay,
gate
we have one
to my
Tetris
temple.
piece. So I assume the other two
It
Tetris
may
pieces
serve
are in the
you in
other,
times to come.
behind the other purple doors in the main area.
Yeah. Yeah. This is its own room. That's why they call it a peephole. They themed it. They themed
Yeah, the
this
peephole.
area. So there's this one right here. Look. Crickets.
Okay, interesting.
This is gated.
Yeah. So maybe there's a door mechanism, or maybe it's not a door, maybe it's just a gate.
Well, you know what? This is a gate. Well, this is not a gate. This is like a wall gate, right?
Yeah, it's
That's a door gate.
Yeah.
Because it's lower. But they try to trick you.
Yeah.
Because they give you two things that almost look the same, right?
That's it. So one is immovable, the other one might be movable. So
Yeah, because yeah, nice little visuals they get you.
yeah, Flo, I'm going to rely heavily on your visuospatial reasoning. Your visuospatial reasoning is insane, dude. You see something and you remember it. Like, it's I saw that with Riven with the little dots. I was like, holy shit, how did you do that?
Yep. There's something
Hey, there's a
drilled
lever.
in.
Okay, let's see where it goes. Now it goes back, right?
It goes into
Wait, no,
this place. It
You
goes
open
into
the gate. You open the gate.
what's in here though.
Okay.
Oh, there's more openings.
Okay, so we made it to the next blue level.
Yeah. Well, nothing
Was that
around
it?
the walls.
Was that the puzzle there? What happened if you went into the blue door or the purple door on the other side?
Oh, nope. There's a star here.
Oh,
So
I see. We have to open that thing up. Okay, we need a jammer.
we need a jammer. Yeah. So we need a jammer.
So we need to go back to go forward again. So they taught us that earlier.
Yeah, so if we okay, so we have jammers that we've used before. Right?
Yes. So we could go back and fetch them.
Let's go see if we can fetch them.
Yeah, I've got a question about that because if you leave the purple, if you go the purple doors, they don't allow you to take the jammer.
Right.
So
So you can't
technically
get
speaking, yeah, go ahead.
a jammer out or in if it depends, you can't have both.
Oh shit. Okay, so do we grab one and run? No, I've got a better idea. Jam the ball flow with the one that's jamming the minigun at the moment.
Okay. And let me go grab this one. Watch
Okay,
out.
grab that one and then
Jam this one.
How far can we go before the minigun is like?
Oh, we have two
activates?
jammers now. I wonder if we need both. Oh wait. Yeah. We have two. If we grab that. Ah! Oh shit.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, it made it. Yeah, made a sound. So we got two jammers.
Dude, this is the way to roll. Yeah, the question is, how far does that minigun shoot, dude? Like, can it get us now? That's my question.
Let's see. We'll see if it. Oh yeah. Huh? Let's let's grab the jammer here, right? And
Yeah. Oh yes, Flo.
and
Nice.
let's unjam it in a sec, and then let's just make sure let's just
Yeah, don't switch that thing off, dude.
let me just make sure. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So it tells you, like,
Okay, so that's the distance.
That's the
Okay,
distance.
so we're good. Be careful, Flo.
yeah. We ain't touching that. Doke in the house.
Hey, Doke, what's happening?
Drew, I have tried abduction a little bit. I was telling Acronym about abduction. I mean, I don't mind trying it, and I never beat it. I only played a little bit because we were trying out games. But yeah, we could definitely try it. We're talking about getting Mist and trying Mist. Okay.
Yeah, going back to the
Okay.
prequel.
Can't go in there
Okay, so we
because
can't go-
that's purple.
Yeah. So let's go to the one that was open to us and get the star, dude. Let's go get the star.
Get this star, baby.
Don't know what the star does, but gold star for you, Flo. You're well done on this, by the way. This was like
It's that
teased
ribbon
this puzzle.
perception.
Oh yeah. Holy shit! There goes the star.
I wonder if we could use this again, though. At least we have two, but we'll keep an eye on it. We'll
Yeah.
keep it on the back burner. Because this is purple.
Yeah, because you see this. Yeah, we're not going to be allowed access. But Flo, if there is a gate, again, right?
I wonder if they work through the purple. They should, right?
That's a good question.
Oh, they do.
But oh, that's cool. Okay, so we can actually
Oh shit!
we could put 2 here, dude.
We
and
have
use them.
to. Yeah, we have to.
Holy shit, we're doing so well. We don't even need the others, dude. Man, Flo, we're like puzzle gods, dude.
Let's see. So now this one we can go here. We'll grab
Dude,
this
is
one.
Clever. Yeah. Nice, dude. We're actually gonna have a surplus very soon.
Yeah,
We can sell them on the black market, dude.
there it goes. Bam.
Okay, jam that bastard. Get the other one, Flo. There's one like behind us as
Shapes
well.
you
We
are
have, like,
collecting
let's
are
keep
not
2 with us at all times.
Yeah,
They are
Dylan.
sigils of our name. Each
Dude, how is
brings
that
you
for like a
closer
question?
to
Can we
eternity.
use it through the purple? That is like, that's insane abstraction, dude, right there.
It works. Okay. Alright, there we go. Let's go.
Oh man, that's excellent. I wonder if you can jam the jammer.
I was trying. No.
Okay.
I was trying. I was like. Yeah. Alright, so we got 2 jammers just in case.
Yeah,
And we got 2 sigils.
yeah, 2 little Tetris pieces. And oh, I see they get crossed out when we do them. Okay, so we have to get in here. Ooh, a mini puzzle. Okay, so we need to
Oh,
put our little
we need
puzzle
more.
pieces in there. Yeah, we need the 3rd one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so let's see. There must be a sign. Oh, this way, yeah, Flo.
Yeah, there's 3.
Follow the yellow brick road, dude. Hey, shall we go fetch those jammers that we left behind?
It doesn't give. Yeah, let's give it a shot because they doesn't prohibit
Well,
us.
is there anything that we can jam? That's the question.
Let's find out. We'll keep an eye out.
I'm like that like kid who's worried when he puts down his backpack. Like, hey man, we must go back for the backpack.
Let's go back for the backpack.
Yeah, dude, that was genius. Do it through the purple. I would have assumed. You see, that's why you don't assume shit. You test shit, dude.
Yeah, you test things. If you think about it, you try it. Okay, we're
there's
good
a
right
ball.
here. Yeah, it's too
Can
far.
it reach the pole?
No.
Okay, what
So-
about the other side, Flo?
Let's see if.
The other purple.
Oh, right here. We can lock that down. Let's see over here.
Nice.
Okay, so let's go in here and see what's in this switch
Oh, yeah.
out of reach. Okay, so the switch is out of reach.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, look,
Switch up.
there's a button right here. Oh, look, there's a.
Oh, interesting. Okay, but that's powered, is it not? So if we depower that, that'll switch off the turret, I think.
Yeah, let's see. Make sure there's nothing back here. Can I do this? Nope. Okay.
But actually, technically, we don't have to switch it off because we already have like a jammer in the game.
Yeah, I can't reach that jammer though. This jammer doesn't
Oh.
doesn't get. I don't know. Let me try. Let me see if I could get an angle to it now that I know that there's something there. No. Wait.
Nope. Okay, they've
No,
they've
it's-
thought of this.
Yeah, no.
Okay, never mind. Okay, let's get back in there. Let's see what we can do, dude.
Yeah. It's worth a shot though. Okay, so we go in here.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so we
That'll
jam
turn it
into
off.
this. Yeah, so I think let's switch the switch and then we can take that jammer with us, right?
Oh yeah, because there's more. Okay,
Yeah, I think that thing's depowered now.
so that's
hopefully.
depowered. And we have this.
Yeah, let's jam that big ball.
What up? Jacobian says, yay.
Hey, what up? Oh, Flo, well done, dude. We got it.
We got it. We got it. We got it.
Well done, child.
Now there's just one thing to do.
Only
Make sure you
one
take
more
the jammer
sigil
with
is
us.
needed.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, let's take the jammer with us. You
Yeah,
never
don't
know.
leave it behind, dude. It's our backpack.
Yeah, maybe if we can, sometimes you never know.
Oh wait, it won't go through the purple, dude.
Right. Let's see.
Okay, so never mind. We'll have to leave it behind.
Sometimes, yeah, but you never know. Sometimes it could help, like for a far distance, if you see anything. Right. We'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, like,
We'll keep it in mind. It's taught
yeah,
us.
this year.
Okay. Lock that one up. This is
So I assume,
called
Flo,
outnumbered.
we can technically like. Okay, we have to get this one, right? Okay. I thought we had 3 now, but okay, there it is. So that one's offline. We've jammed that one. Ah, there's a jammer. Fantastic, Flo. Easy.
But do you want to go through there?
Oh shit! I see what you're saying. Okay,
Oh wait.
so we need to.
Oh, you know what? That's
What if we jam it as it's coming through?
yeah. Okay. It's a wall, so you can't get through.
Yeah, so we'll need 2 here. Oh wait, no, we've blocked it now. We can
Yeah,
go
we
around the
blocked,
back.
and we blocked this one already. Shoot, we didn't even need to do that, huh? We already had an
No.
extra.
Yeah, holy shit, dude, well done.
We already had an extra one because this one was already.
My temple awaits you, child.
All too easy.
But we learned something. You can wall it. We can wall
yeah.
them out. Okay.
So we've got 2 jammers here. I'm sure we can take them with us because the gate.
Hold on. There we go.
Oh yeah, I see you're trying to get that one in the back there.
My child, you do not need
Oh,
to
nicely
collect
done, dude.
all sigils at once. You are free to
Nicely
return to this
done.
place whenever you choose.
The problem is I don't know what to do with this one. Oh, there it goes.
And we've got a surplus, dude, of scanners right now, of jammers, rather.
Nothing in here.
Oh yeah, there we go. Flo,
You
is that
are
it?
most diligent.
Yeah.
We've got all 3 of them.
Perhaps this trait will serve you well in times to come.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see here. We're looking good. We're looking good. Now let's get out of this area. Take our little jammers with us. There's
Yeah,
another
well
one?
done.
Or is that all of them? Oh yeah, that's all 3, huh?
Yeah, I think that's all 3. So we have to go and, is it the, what do you call it? The little chess piece door that we need
Yeah.
to, like, put the stuff into. Yeah. And I think we can take some of the jammers with us because there's no purple by the chess piece door.
Oh, we gotta play chess. Oh,
shit.
oh, here we go. Here we go. Wait, can't do it that way. So that means
Tetris,
that.
dude. We need another L. Oh wait, you had it.
Yeah, there it goes. Open sesame. Look at this.
Nicely done, dude.
Here we go. I'll let you do it.
What the hell? Where's my phone?
No, it's on the side. It's on the left.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, my eyes have been opened. This world is not without order. It is shaped by a great designer, in capitals, right? With signs and portents to guide my steps. I am one of his children, and challenges are set before me to test my faith. Okay, interesting. And the next one, Flo?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever the end goal of this grand challenge is, it's far out of reach, knowing that how are we supposed to resist distraction? Interesting.
Go to this grand challenges. As far out of reach, knowing that how we're supposed to. So, what these are is people
Previous
that
versions.
are like us, yeah, previous versions, and they're writing stuff in the walls of what they're thinking when they're, as they're, experiencing stuff.
Yeah.
So we get to
So it's
see.
interesting. What's interesting is in both cases, like if you just go back to like the responses, it's very
Yeah.
interesting from a sort of psychological perspective. Like both responses are like meta awareness. So the idea that you're no longer just trying to solve the puzzle, you're asking questions of why am I solving the puzzle, right? Like,
Yeah.
and the nature of the world in which I'm solving the puzzle. So that shows like consciousness.
Yeah. And not knowing everything is the other part, because they're like, what is the end goal? Yeah, like I'm doing these puzzles, right? But what am I doing them for, and what happens afterwards? That's what this
Yeah.
person's probably thinking, right? The end goal of this grand challenge. It's far out of reach. Knowing
Yeah, that's
that, how
interesting.
are we supposed to resist distraction? Now the question is, distraction is the thought.
Yeah, is it like things that you encounter? Is it?
Am I supposed to just
Yeah.
get it done, and my distractions of thoughts are not supposed to be here, and I'm supposed to just get it done without thinking? Am I, yeah.
Yeah, you
Right.
can see this is like this version. If you look at the version, it says 1W/faith,
Faith.
and just go to the next one. I just want to see what that one is.
This
If
one
it's not the
said-
same one.
No, this one said
It's
V17.
just a version. Okay, so the one was built to like to kind of have like a spiritual sense.
Yeah.
It's in its version, like it's supposed to. So faith guides the first one. In the second one, there is no faith guiding the second one.
Yeah, and their dialogue is slightly different. One's asking
Yeah.
why, and the
Yeah,
other
this one
one
sees-
is more
the other one sees chaos.
enlightened.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like this one is like I'm here for a purpose, right? Like I'm being tested by a god, right? Like
Yeah.
so. The other one is kind of like I don't know why I'm here.
Why am I
It's
here?
distract-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Polar opposites. Good
Interesting.
good observation. All right. There's a computer.
Yep, we're trying. We're trying.
Yep. Error.
Loading library session.
Okay. Hi. What is this?
Okay, type help.
Let's see. Help. List. Open help. Run MLA. Exit.
List.
Okay.
Let's list. Let's see what they've got. And then open whatever the file name is.
They got several, so we'll have to open them. Let's see. We got welcome. Start with the welcome.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Okay, from Nadia Sarabai, Institute for Applied N Percentage, something. Okay, Alexandra Drennan, Pneumatics. Subject, welcome to the team. Hi again. I'm sorry if I was a little odd at the meeting. I know you were nervous, but the truth is that so was I. This may be hard to believe, but you intimidate me. You're so young and you've already accomplished so much. If the situation wasn't so grim, I might even be jealous. Okay, smiley face. Interesting. There's also something I wanted to clarify. I realize that, nominally speaking, I'm head researcher here, but this is your project and everyone will respect that. And yes, I know you're not used to working like this, but as of today, you're in charge. No pressure. Let's do this. Nadia. Okay? So are we tapping into like files we're not supposed to be tapping into, Flo?
These are files from the database. It seems like a database of just the real world, I guess. Like, but
Okay.
messages that allow us to that we can read up on. Because it's kind of like, this reminds me a lot of a guy in the office that is sorry if I was a little odd at the meeting. I know you were nervous, but the truth is that so was I. This is hard to believe, but you intimidate me. You're so young and you're already
Yeah.
accomplished so much. Just showing a little bit of human emotion here.
Yes.
Complicated human emotion. When you're dealing with something where you're not sure how to deal with it, but it's good, but it's affecting me in some way.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
but
It's
yeah,
like, yeah.
it's like a database we'll see what it tells us. But there's always something that they give us for some reason, right? Some type of morality.
Yes. Yes, because I mean, like, this is interesting because it's a welcome to the team email, and it's like the guy's confessing to this person that, like, I actually technically don't want to have anything to do with your project, and number two is I'm jealous of you, and yeah.
But it says I
And
realize
also
that.
reminding us, I'm head researcher. You know, why say that? Like,
But he says this is your project, though. You know, everyone will respect that. And yes, I know
But
you're
that also
not
means-
used to the working like this, but as of today, you're in charge. It's like he's finally giving her trust. You know.
yeah, or saying here's enough rope to hang yourself with.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what you got, sink or swim. But I'm giving you. You have it. If it's up to you.
Interesting.
But yeah, definitely he's breaking emotions right there. Complicated emotions. Let's see, figure it out.
Okay, so we go to the next one.
Yeah.
Latina.
Latina.
From percentage 442 Li to okay, so there's obviously stuff that's like corrupted.
Yeah. It looks like it's
and then there's
corrupted.
like a semi-IP subject F6E. The way I see it, the world doesn't come with a manual. You got to figure it out for yourself. A bit here, a bit there, put it together, try to make sense of it. I'm pretty sure there is a truth, but that doesn't mean everyone who claims to know it really does. Then again, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. We live in an amazing world, and searching for the truth can be a real adventure. Plus, it's good for the brain. Anyway, just some rambling thoughts from your old man. Don't let the stuff get you down. You're young, you've got loads of time to figure it all out. Love, Dad. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, said, you know, live your life, you know, live it to the fullest, and it doesn't come with the manual.
Yeah, good luck, son.
Good luck. Some good advice
Good luck,
right
son.
there.
Yeah. Also, a way of saying, please don't ask me for like about everything. Please.
I don't know
just figure
everything.
it out.
I don't know everything either.
Yeah, for God's sakes, you know.
Let it be your choice.
It's funny.
Right.
The next
And
one's
it
called
is,
Figure
that's
It
what
Out.
it is, right? Your choice. That's what he's saying. It's your choice in that message. That's what he's really coming to. That's what they're really wanting us to hear. I'm thinking is that it's about your choice, not about, you know, what others say or what other people are gonna tell you to do. It's about what you think you need to do, for yourself.
Yeah.
And, all right. Let's see.
Yeah, it's interesting. So it's kind of really like they're giving us some clues. And remember, earlier the faith version said the clues have been given to us by the designer, right? So like, so these obviously are important things that we need to like pay attention to because they're also telling us perhaps about how to play the game.
Yeah, right. Because what it is, like, if there's several endings, we might not get the
Yeah.
cues if we don't keep an eye out on what he's trying to say. You know, what are they really trying to, you know?
Yeah, that's a very Greek thing. You know, like what's interesting is, you know, before the Greeks and sort of Greek philosophy, you know, people actually don't understand how much it like pushed our thinking forward because before Greek philosophy, there wasn't any real thinking about thinking. Like that, they refer to it as metacognition. So where you have to think about thinking. So whenever you've sort of reflected on your own life, or you view yourself in kind of like the third person, and you are critical of yourself, that you are engaging in metacognition, the ability to think about yourself in the third person, right? And also think about thinking. So, I mean, a great example of thinking about thinking would be, there's a joke that I remember where they say like, you know, like most jokes have the stereotype of three people of three nationalities walk into a bar. So the joke goes, you know, a Dutchman, an Englishman, and I don't know, a German guy walk into a bar. And the barman looks at them and says, "Hey, is this a joke?" So like you see the joke is that the joke is aware that it is a joke, right? Like that's the idea of metacognition. So before then, people believed like their lives were fated, Flo. Like, you know, the gods were in charge of everything, and you would live and you would die and everything, and you'd have no free will. You basically, everything that will happen is predestined. And then the Greeks come
see.
along and say, hey, wait a minute. No, 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 it's not. There can be multiple ways from point A to point B. And so this idea of what they call equifinality, right? Equifinality is the idea that there are many paths to the same outcome or many options from the same decision, right? So basically you have to decide what you're going to do. So free will, the idea that you're in charge of your destiny, comes into play from metacognition. And that small software update in humanity changes everything.
Oh yeah. Good
Yeah, so
insight.
interesting. Sorry, we're going deep here, dude. I'm gonna rip out Aristotle.
All right, so let's see. We got more. Let's see. Can you help me? It says you'll have to be specific. Then that I respond best to subject, verb, objects, syntax.
Okay. Shall we ask it? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Let's see. Well, there's 3 prompts. Let's see. What was the first word of the last sentence you wrote? Are you able to take offense? You pointless contraption, or describe your functions.
I would say just go describe your functions. It appears that it functions based on specific inputs.
It gave us that. Yeah. It says what was the first word of the last sentence you wrote? How old are the library archives? How long has the system been running? Are you able to take offense, or you pointless contraption? What are these terminals? What is the current status of the library archive? There's only 4 that really matter technically. The other 2 are...
Yeah, nonsensical. I'd really like to know how old they are.
Let's see. Bam! What was the first... Okay, did it do it?
I can't see behind you, so just let me know what's it's from 1995 to 27th of June.
Let me
What are the years?
Let me lower it. Let me drop it down a little bit. There we go. Bam.
Holy shit. Okay, 2030 something.
Oh yeah, but it looks corrupted with the little F.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
So since 1995 to I don't know what that is, unless F is now something else, but that wouldn't. We already had a number. So it, so it shouldn't. So there's a missing number right there. So it's 2030 something.
So Flo, ask it how long it's been running. Maybe we can deduce how long it's been, from when to when.
Ooh. Ooh. That's a long ass time.
Holy shit.
Greetings.
Yeah, that must be an error.
Yeah. There's some errors going on here.
Unless let's just consider this for a second. Let's say that the system, so the library resources only go from 95 to 2030 something, okay? But the system could have been running for far longer than that, right?
Yeah.
Because, so in other words, okay, interesting.
Okay, so what is the current status of the library archive?
Yeah.
Says
there are 47
go ahead.
million resources. Okay. There are 47 million resources in archive, taking up 5.42 petabytes of disk space. It's approximately the size of 30 billion photos, 7 million minutes of HD video, the entire internet in 2003.
Why 2003? Was that some type of experiment that year?
Yeah, the majority of the library resources are corrupted or invalid.
Corrupted, yeah.
Gigabytes of uncorrupted resources are indexed. Okay, your query?
What caused the corruption?
Yeah, let's ask it. Okay, So basically, just been running a long time.
Let's see.
And inconsistencies were detected during sorting, leading to greater than average data invalidation. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's ask it that, Flo. What are these terminals? I think.
Oh, I'll tell it after this one. Forgot. I read this one. Forgot the library. Can you
Oh,
respond
okay, no
queries
worries,
on the
man.
outside world?
Okay, my knowledge is limited to data in the library archive. You can ask about other topics, but my responses may be limited.
Okay. Okay. What are these terminals?
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. That's nice.
Yeah. Archives. What am I?
Interesting. Yeah, what am I? I'm also interested in the one who is Elohim.
You are logged in, which is a guest account. Oh, so they don't know who I am because I'm not because I'm a guest.
Yeah.
Just a user.
So Elohim is the name of like God. Yeah.
Yeah, God,
in ancient
God's
Hebrew.
modern ancient Hebrew. Where am I?
Interesting. Yeah, where am I? You're currently in a support session with the MLA Human Language Interface module. Your library archive session may be resumed at any time. Interesting.
Okay, let's go. I think that's. The other one was, are you
Yeah.
able to take offense? And obviously they don't. You don't take offense.
No.
Figure it out. Run MLA. Did we do that one?
No, we didn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have Athena. We did Athena.
We have to go. We did Athena. We have to go figure it out, I think.
Did we do this one? Chapter 6. Athena in the garden.
Oh no, we didn't do Athena. Okay, let's go. Chapter 6. Athena in the garden of Hesperides. Did not trust them, but they moved with such grace, such nobility, that it was hard not to follow them further into the strange garden of gears and cogs. They led her to a place where the crowns of the brass trees seemed to grow together, forming a kind of chamber, strangely reminiscent of a chapel. In the middle of this chamber grew a smaller tree, made of bright blue steel, and upon this tree grew a single golden apple. This apple, the nymph said in unison, their eyes aglow, confers the gifts of deathlessness and true wisdom. Many heroes and not a few villains have come to claim it, but all have faltered in the final step. For you must know that deathlessness reveals the mortality of the world, and true wisdom its unending folly. Who would take this burden upon themselves? Some say that Heracles, and then there's corruption, gazing upon the stars and wept. Okay, so that's fascinating. So this is kind of like the Greek story of the Garden of Eden. And the idea of like taking the apple means you're going to get, like if you think about like the Hebrew and Judeo-Christian Bible, you get two trees, one to the tree of good and evil, and the tree of never-ending life, of immortality. So we made the bad choice. We went for the good and evil one. We should have gone for the other one, but like,
what?
According to like Judeo-Christian mythology.
Oh, I
but
see.
yeah,
It doesn't
anyway.
mean a ribbon. It's like
Yeah. So here it's interesting. It's a very similar story, except that the fruit does both.
yeah.
And now they're saying, okay, well, if you can live forever, then you're going to see the world weather away and change. Like if you don't live long, the world remains quite permanent.
Right.
But if you live forever, just think about the things that we've lost in our generation, Flo. Like we used to have video stores. We used to have drive-ins. I don't know, drive-ins aren't as popular as they used to be, but they're kind of coming back. But but video stores are basically gone, dude.
Yeah, I feel like what I read about this one is more like who really will decide at the very end and take that leap of faith to really want to be immortal. If you were to really think about it and know that you're going to be living through this unending morality and pain, that comes with it forever.
Yeah.
Like
seeing your friends die.
Does one want to bear all that? And then what happens after that? What do you become of it after you become cold? And then after you're cold, you're still forever. and it's so there's a, you know, who will really take that and say I'll do it? You know, everybody wants it, but when it comes to it, do you really want it?
Yeah.
That's what it's telling me in this.
Did you see Drew's
The
comment
yellow
there, Flo?
submarine. The yellow submarine.
Yeah, dude, we're thinking our way here into the deepest depths of philosophy, my friend. Where like Flo and I are soon going to ascend into the higher plane of existence. You're just going to see like a bright light emanating, you know,
Don't
from
forget
the
the time
screen.
capsules. The time capsules. Shit. Oh yeah. Time
What?
capsules. Yeah. Oh, is there a time capsule in here? Let's see. Welcome. Did we see? Yeah. Let's see. Did we see a time capsule in here? Help.
No, not that I saw.
Welcome. No. Okay. I don't think I've seen anything. No. Oh. Hopefully we didn't miss it.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Old ass computer. What about the rain? I guess this little gazebo helps out. Yeah, a little bit of insight of what they're, you know, what this game's about.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's like either we are
Step
like
into the
a few
light,
thousand
child,
years in the
and
future,
my temple
or
will be
we are in
revealed
some
to you.
simulation.
But when it's telling us like some of this main stuff of free will and your choice and the life doesn't have a manual, they're really talking to us in the sense of the puzzles. Maybe like you can do it your way, there's no right or wrong way as long as you get the job done.
Yeah, so you know your choices matter.
Yeah.
It's like it opens doors or it closes them, basically. Okay, so is this new, Flo, where we're at the moment?
Yeah, this is new. All this is new. So we just finished coming through here, and I can't get my little buddies. My little buddies can't come with us.
Oh shit. Okay, what are we gonna do, dude?
We're gonna have to figure it out. Let's see. Oh, there's something here though. Let's check this out first. What is? Oh, well, you know what? Before we do that, I think that's a portal.
Okay.
What's this?
Yeah.
It's poking a sleeping lion.
Okay, so we're obviously going to have to do something.
Oh, there it goes. Here's something. Here's a jammer. So
Okay, cool. So let's jam the minigun, and then let's unjam the ball and run. Oh
The
shit!
guardians of this
Okay.
land may harm you,
Okay.
but do not resent them.
Okay, that didn't
For
work.
they are my servants.
Okay,
and
we
they
can we
challenge
go
you
around?
only so
I'm
that
not
your
just trying to
faith
figure
might
out
be
like the
strengthened.
spatial orientation here.
So Jacobian says these texts left here, there help you reconstruct the history of what's left of it. Yeah, that's what we're trying
So
to
that's
not
why you
miss some
call it time
stuff.
capsules.
Oh, that's why you call it time capsules. You talking about? Yeah. We read so far the ones that we've seen. Yeah, we'll try not to miss those time capsules. You know the game inside
Flo,
and out, by the way, so feel free to ask if you have any questions. Okay, Magic. He
Flo,
Acronom's never
Yeah.
played this before, and he loves Riven, and he introduced me with Riven, and we beat Riven together, and so now
Oh, yeah.
I'm moving him into this game, which we have a part 1 and 2, so that's awesome, and we're gonna get into Mist, so oh yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome, dude. We're gonna destroy the puzzles. Okay, so Flo, I've got a theory.
Okay.
My theory is, okay, freeze that ball from here, and then go around and fetch that radar jammer where the ball is.
Okay,
Now, let's freeze the mini cannon with the one, and then open the door with the other. I'm pretty sure that ball's gonna go the other way. Yeah, we're
Yep.
good. Nice.
Okay, we're good. All right, so we got that
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, we can't take any of these back with us. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I tried. Okay, we got another obstacle.
Trio Bombasticus. Okay, so there's 3 things we need to. Yeah, 3 bombs basically. Okay, so they are hitting the walls.
We got
Okay, so
a jammer.
I've got 1 jammer. Okay, let me think about this for a second. Okay, so Flo, open up the gates one by one until they get to the other side. And then close the gate so they stay on that other side. Yeah. Nice.
Oh, yep. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We got it.
Oh, yeah.
We can't take the jammer with us.
Nope.
I think that's it. I think we got them all. Let's see. Yeah, and we got the little star. Let's go.
Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, and the small one, yeah. I love how the little ones are crossed out.
You
Oh, I
walk
see. This
now
takes us to
upon the
another place.
stones of my temple, whence many
Oh, wow.
gates
What's this?
lead. And know that I have other temples, for my garden is
Wow, this is
greater
quite
than
magnificent,
your
huh?
eye can encompass.
It's like we're in
And
a
all these worlds I
Like a
made
Greek-
for you.
Yeah.
Senate room or
Greek
something.
pillars. Cathedral type of construction, right? Like more like ritual or ceremonial type of.
Yeah. All the heads are missing. You notice that?
We're missing one.
Just that.
A T.
Oh, interesting. So we need 1 extra T to open up,
This one.
and 2 extra ones there. Maybe there's more on the other side.
Yeah, maybe. Well, there's more. There's more rooms. So we have rooms. So we go to number 2. We just went to 1.
Yeah, let's do 2. Let's go sequentially and see what happens.
This one, it's got an LL, a Z, and a star.
Yeah, we need the L's, right? Let's
We
just
need a
triple check.
T. Is it a T?
Let
Let's
need a
see.
T. We need a
Your
T.
covenant. These worlds are yours and you own.
Right? We need
Oh,
a
wow,
T.
okay.
I don't know how that.
This is multi levels that we need to like go through, huh?
What is this one? Oh, yeah, T's as well.
Yeah, we need T.
But this one has a Z, so we'll get the Z. But
Yeah, let's do that.
So and then we'll look for a T afterwards.
The colors matter.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. Why would they change? Why would they have different colors, huh? We'll have to keep
Yeah,
an
that's
eye
what I'm
on that one, on why the colors would be different. It's a good question.
Yeah, let's just keep that in the back burner for now. Oh god, an eye.
List.
Guest unknown.
This is command portal.
Yeah, access that thing.
Error network. Troubleshoot. Yes, troubleshoot. Hello, guest. Something you'd like to know about Milton Library Assistant.
Yeah, let's do it. See what it says. Okay, troubleshooting.
Let's see. There we go. QWERTY. What? Oh, let's try
the
God.
admin password.
Gotta be God, right?
God, yeah.
What? Admin.
Let's try admin. Because admin sometimes just use admin.
Incorrect.
Oh shit. Would you like to create a new admin account? Yes, yes.
No.
to carry with the reflection, you must consent to have your response used to develop a broad psychometric profile.
Okay.
Oh shit, they're gonna test us.
Yeah. Morality, maybe?
Yeah,
2
let's
plus
see.
2? 22. That's the easy one. Let's
Yeah,
see.
just say 8. No, it's 4.
What is your objective reaction to this image? I'm thinking giggles or laughter.
Dude, I don't know, I'm seeing mountains. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I think face.
Sometimes these texts contain numeric sequences that we can try to decode them. Oh, shit. That'd be good to know.
Yeah. I would say face. Flo?
Faith? Okay. Wait, there's angry, mountains, face. Oh yeah, you said face. I thought you meant faith.
Yeah, is it an angry?
Oh, I think it was happy face. That's like a happy face to me. Like a giggling or something. Like
So what best describes a person?
a human being.
A being of negative entropy. So negative entropy means a being of order. You're orderly because you're reducing entropy. Entropy is chaos. Okay, a problem-solving system, that would be something a robot would say. What is the ones that are behind you? Just read them for me, Flo. A
A
citizen,
citizen
and
and a rational animal. Citizen would be somebody that's more of a follower. But humans in general shouldn't be just followers, so it can't be just citizen.
And the last one is a
A
rational.
rational animal. That means that we're not moral, I guess. We don't have certain
Well, look, the
human qualities if we're an animal.
Yeah, so a person, the term person is never used unless you are referring to a human being. So I would say A, the first answer, a human being.
Human being. Your input has been accepted. Okay, you're walking through the desert and come across a thirsty traveler. His eyes bulge from slow dehydration. You have water, but you're not sure how far is the next oasis. What do? Offer
Okay,
half the water, ignore him, kill him,
Kill him, collect his
collect the
blood in
blood
a
and-
flask. Holy shit.
offer all the water, ask what you're doing in the desert.
Okay, let me think. So how would a human answer? A person with empathy.
I'll
You would
first
offer...
go ahead.
Go. What would you do, Flo?
In a perfect world, I'll ask them, "What are you doing in the desert?" first, and then I'll ask the next question. But
I'm
that's
with
what
you.
I
You
would
see,
ask.
I think
I'm like,
differently.
"What are you doing here first? Like, if maybe you're here because you want to be here for whatever reason, maybe you know where you're at, and you're gonna get to where you need to. I mean, I know he's thirsty, but I don't know where I'm going. Do I get lost? Does the blind lead the blind? Do I hurt myself? See, they give you mystery
Yeah.
of not knowing where
I'm think-
you're at yourself. Like, are you gonna
think-
try out?
Yeah, it's like, will you want to self-preserve, right? So,
Self-preservation.
yeah, the interesting thing is, like, I'm trying to think, like, even if you ask them, that would be a very human question, is, what are you doing in the desert? But, like, it's not very rational, and I'll tell you why it isn't, because, if you're a human, if you have empathy, and you would help the person anyway, what he's doing in the desert doesn't really... Well, unless he's there to kill you and collect your blood in a flask, then he can go screw himself, right?
I mean, like, they're all kind of interesting reasonings, like some type of logic, like the blood in the floss, right? In logic, that actually makes sense if
Yeah.
you're worried about fully self-preservation. Like, I don't even care about you. I'm going to get everything that I can to survive, including your blood. In fact, you're walking with me until I bleed you dry.
Yeah.
But then there's a side where you're like, I'm going to let him do his thing. I need to survive, but I'm not going to get that drastic where I'm going to just eat him up and drink him up. So there's levels that they're giving us here. of rationality, but in different, from drastic to mild.
See, I would offer half the water. I think
Would
that's a
you?
good compromise. Yeah, I would say, okay, well, you're another human being,
Yeah.
And you are in trouble, and I need to assist you. And maybe if I can give you half my water, you'll be better off. Maybe you know something about the desert. Maybe you have knowledge you can share with me, or a skill set you can help me with, and you'll be indebted to me for giving you half my water. If I give him all my water, then I'm screwed. That's just a stupid.
Right. Work
That's
together.
a stupid thing to do.
So
Like, in ethics, I'm just thinking broadly in ethics. All ethics is based on a basic triangle. And you can think of it like the first point of the triangle is the self, you, right? And then the other point of the triangle is the other people, other individuals, other selves, right? And then you've got the good, right, at the top of the triangle. So ethics is ultimately what is good for the self and the other simultaneously. In other words, if you can find a sweet spot where you benefit from a relationship and the other person benefits from the relationship, you're in a very good spot, right?
Right.
If now unethical behavior happens when that pendulum swings either way. So in other words, if you become more selfish, you're going to harm the other so that you obtain as much benefit as possible.
Right.
However, if you give everything you want, in other words, to the other, then the self will suffer. You are actually
Right.
technically being unethical because you're harming yourself, right? So I think the 50-50 compromise is a good one. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Well, the thing is that they don't give you much context. They don't
No.
give you enough to be able to answer it properly, so that you can say, "Oh, well, that way." So they leave a lot of like open-ended. Like, say, offer half the water. Is this person self-preservating, where he's crazy enough to go, "Well, I'm gonna kill him because he has
Yeah.
resources that I need," and then you're thinking, "Oh, this guy, poor guy." That could be, or it could be a very rational person that might be able to work together, and you guys can, and we just don't have that, like, enough information to really settle on, like, which thing. But that's why I say ask what he's doing here for, because some people,
Yeah.
like, I kind of
You
have
want
this,
more information, Flo?
there's this question where it's like, would you sacrifice yourself for someone else? And when I think about it, I usually tell myself, well, I would have to try to justify it by which one of us is gonna make a better, impact on the world, or on more people for the good. At that point, I'll make that to be the decision. But it shouldn't be just because this person's a female or this person's this age. To me, it should be who can impact the world better. That I would choose such a difficult decision. Would I be more impacting in life, or would this person be impacting in life in a non-selfish way? So, choosing who goes is hard when you have to decide. Okay, let's see. Let's go with
Sorry, Flo. I
offer
was
half the
muted.
water.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Hold on. I was muted. I was having a conversation, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Okay, so it says part 1 of the certification process is now. You will receive a notification when part 2 has been generated. Okay, I just really want to talk to you about this water riddle again.
Yeah.
I know it's based on our preference, what we select. But let me ask you this quickly. Now, this is something that is central to all ethical decision making and ethical thinking, is the idea of context, right? Context is absolutely important. If you think about an ethicist, a true ethicist, a person who reasons logically from an ethical perspective, they would argue that context is the most important factor when making any decision that relates to ethics. So in actual fact, you have to leave your ideology behind when you are making decisions around right and wrong. Let me give you an example. So this is like a very hectic topic, but if you had to ask people and say, okay, who is pro euthanasia and who is anti euthanasia? So euthanasia being the right to end your own life, right? So are you pro, putting someone to death if they want to be put to death? Or are you anti that choice, that no one should like self-terminate, right? That
Right.
should never be an option.
Right.
So if you ask that question of a group of people, you will undoubtedly have two main factions. One faction that is pro euthanasia, and one faction that says no, you should never engage in that. It's basically suicide or self deletion or murder if a doctor does it. Okay, so both of those groups have a very strong opinion about what is the right choice, but in fact both groups are wrong. They haven't asked the right question. The question shouldn't be whether you're pro euthanasia or anti euthanasia. You can apply this also to like the whole abortion debate, right? Pro life, pro choice. Like, you shouldn't take one stance or the other. In fact, what you should say is, am I pro euthanasia or against euthanasia based on the context that I am dealing with?
Right.
So, I mean, like,
The
if I give you one
circumstances.
the circumstances. So if I give you one example, a 98-year-old man who is at the end of life is in exceptional pain, and there is not much that the doctors can do for this individual, okay? Are you pro euthanasia or anti euthanasia? Okay, second example. A young girl of 21 years of age says life is too depressing and she wants to self-euthanize. Are you pro euthanasia in option A or anti euthanasia? And are you pro in
Right.
option B or anti? These are two completely different situations that call
Right.
for completely different selections.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not enough text is what I was saying. There's not enough text to understand, to make a sound decision as a human being. Maybe as a computer, I would be simply making a decision because that's the only information you have. So you're just making a decision, but in reality, there's not enough context. So to be human should have been the one where I was saying the first time, which is, ask him what he's doing here, because doesn't that offer asking for more context?
Yeah, it's more information. But then again, if you think about the reflection of our personality, I'm also thinking, maybe they're trying to pick out what
The
who we are. Or,
humanity, yeah. So I put the water.
yeah.
Akronom wants to give him half the water. It's half of his water, not mine. That's for sure. I'm gonna ask him what he's doing
Yeah,
here
I'm
first.
a good friend, dude. I'm a good friend. If you meet me in the desert, I'll help you.
Stinky I am for his blood.
But then we have to work together to get the hell out of there. And also, if you hunt like a rabbit, I want half of that thing.
Okay, Ian.
Okay,
Here we go.
yeah, let's check it out.
What up, Zenith?
From-
Zynithus?
Yeah, welcome. So from Frank Nagatai to Miles Nagatai and Dan Nagatai, so family members. Subject, Ian. My first day at the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Okay, now Flo, I just really want to check what the word pneumatics means. Just give me a second. I think I've got an idea, but I
it's
want
something to do with
sure.
numbers, if I'm not mistaken. Like a numerical, but I could be totally wrong. And then,
So pneumatics refers to the study of mental processes, consciousness, and the structure of thought, derived from the Greek word pneuma, thought or meaning, as a field that often deals with intellectual science, cognitive processes, and the phenomenological analysis of how objects are perceived, intended, or understood by consciousness. Interesting. So it's the term phenomenology, pneuma, nomenology, and nomological. Nomological is meaning. So it's how the brain develops meaning. So obviously these guys are trying to figure out if the AI is working or not working, or is it real?
is it real? Is it a human?
Yeah. Is it like, this is a good question. Sorry, I don't want to go too deep into philosophy here on every single thing we read,
No, that's
but like,
fine.
but
It's-
what's interesting is, I mean, human beings, right? Like we have to now classify what makes a human and what makes consciousness conscious, because like there is an argument that human beings are not as conscious as we think we are. So like, if you think about your body, you are a biomechanical, you're a machine, ultimately. Yes, you're a machine made of muscles and bone and
Tissue, yeah.
tissues and things like that, but everything has a mechanical process that makes you into what you are, right? That you can walk around, interact, talk, think, etc. It's all biomechanical and biochemical. So
Right.
technically speaking, you are a machine, right? If you think about it from that perspective. So consciousness is this
We're
idea that
we're the
we-
most advanced machines in a sense because we
Yeah.
we don't rust and we don't dent and we don't need to get undented. We self heal.
That's it. That's it. We're a product also. Like, we're a machine of evolution. We've been created by this system, this natural system, and we're the outcome of that sort of natural system. So it's also
Right.
organic, but yeah. So we're a machine, right? So the idea is, what is consciousness? Now,
Right.
this raises very interesting questions because there are a lot of people who would argue that we have no free will. That free will is but an illusion because, like, let me give you an example. So you're walking around town. You're hungry, Flo.
Yeah.
Like you're just hungry, right? So you select the McDonald's. You think you've made a choice, right, to go and eat at McDonald's. But technically speaking, let's say that we were to give you like another scenario where you were near, let's say, Wendy's. Now, because you were near the Wendy's and you were hungry, would you have chosen Wendy's over the McDonald's? So essentially, no matter which situation you're in, your biological drive actually, forced you to decide. So you didn't actually make a choice. Your biological system made the choice.
Right.
You simply think that you made the choice.
Same
Now,
thing with convenience.
Yes.
Your convenience gets interrupted, so therefore you make the choice that you feel that secondary, even though you want this. You don't really want it, but you really want it, or else you would go for it. You would go over there and get it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like but then there are people who say no, we do have free choice because we can, for example, overcome our impulses, right? We can say no to something that we want to enjoy, or have impulse control, or as the Stoics would say, you force suffering upon yourself to build character. Now,
So
okay, yeah, go ahead.
there's a quick one right here. There's the guy that's very rich, right? And he tells this lady, he says, that she's lazy to, go out and find a business and, be an entrepreneur, so that she's lazy. But he said, well, if I give you $1 million, but you have to come in, you gotta be here tomorrow at 7:00. Would you do it? She said, yeah, I'll be here at 7. So then you're not lazy. You're not lazy.
Yeah, good point. You just don't have the right motivation, right?
Right. You don't have the
Yeah,
right
so,
motivation.
Yeah. So, Flo, like, there's the age-old question of, like, for example, there was this study done, and it was called, okay, it's not really debunked. There's a lot of studies that are contradictory, but William James, famous psychologist, he was the brother of Henry James, the famous novelist. William James is responsible for a field of psychology called functionalism. Now, functionalism was this whole idea. It's also referred to as pragmatism. But functional psychology is about understanding why things are the way they are. Like, why do humans have expressions? How has that helped us develop, right? So you're asking the function of, like, an emotion. You're asking the function of these things to see, why they exist. Now, James and Lang, they had this theory of emotional attribution. Their theory was the following. We believe that we feel an emotion and then act that emotion out. So, you feel angry and then you lash out, right? So
Right.
you think that the emotion is something that spurs your behavior. However, James Lang showed in their theory that in fact it isn't always the case. In fact, your body, the biofeedback from your body must be interpreted contextually for you to feel an emotion. So let me explain this. So, and this is also, it explains quite a bit in our psychology. So the idea is, let's say you're in a situation where you're playing hide and seek with your friends, right? The context is that you're playing hide and seek, so it's fun. No one's going to get hurt or injured, etc. So when your friend jumps out from behind a pillar and scares you, you're going to have a scare, but you're also going to probably laugh, right? You're going to enjoy the thrill. Of what you're experiencing, okay? Now, let's take a second situation. You're in danger for your life and you know it, and someone jumps outside of a pillar. You're going to be completely freaked out, right, by that event. It's not going to be fun for you at all. Now, what James and Lang basically said is the state of arousal that you're in situation 1 and the state of arousal you're in situation 2 is exactly the same from a biochemical process. The only difference is the way that you interpret those emotions. So in fact, the physical reaction happens first. The feeling happens first, not the other way around. The environment stimulates that state, and then you interpret that state, and that's what an emotion is. And a great way of explaining how that works in humans is they did this biofeedback study with people. They asked them, how do you feel? And then recorded their emotions. And then they forced them to make a fake smile. So in other words, they asked people, please smile. And then they asked them to record their emotions. And what's interesting is when you force people to smile, they record better emotions. They feel more optimistic. They feel happier. Nothing has changed except the facial expression.
Yeah, but when you are on the micro level, is your brain bringing out anything that has resemblance to a smile, and then therefore activating some type of positive memories?
That's it. So for the question is, what started the emotion? Is it the biofeedback of the smile, or is it the emotion? And we don't know.
I see.
So
yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's we have receptors, heat receptors in our skin, and when it's either really hot, it turns on both receptors, so it feels cold. Your body doesn't know what it's feeling.
Yes.
And that's interesting. Where we don't always know what we're really feeling when we're really.
No, but you know what James Lang explains extremely well is what they call the old term used to be in the battered wife or battered partner phenomenon. So the idea that you've got a woman that is in a relationship, let's say with a guy, or any relationship, it could be any sexes. I'm just using this as an example, but this woman is in a relationship with this guy. The guy she loves him, he's her partner, but he occasionally is aggressive physically towards her. So he may hit her, right?
Yeah.
Now at that point she's extremely upset, that this has happened. But she often, her emotional state confuses the assault with love, because the person also dual communicates. So the husband would say, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again, or you must understand my situation.
Becomes a soother.
So the wife ends up, let's say a third party comes in and says, no, we have to get you out of the house because this guy's going to kill you. Then the wife ends up defending her husband. And that's because the contextual emotion is confused. The fear emotion is confused with a feeling of love for the person. And so the two emotions are basically confused.
Struggling.
Eventually the conditioning is, but he hits me because he loves me, right?
Right.
So
because you're trying to find justification. The brain's trying to find reasons why this love exists, and how come it's because I'm bad, or I'm doing something and that. And you start reflecting on yourself because you can't find the missing piece, because it's not there.
Look, here's the hack, right? And this is the hack for anyone that's watching as well. I'm going to tell this hack only once, and I'm never going to repeat this hack again, because it's not great to speak of these psychological hacks. But there is one good hack. If you want to get lucky on a date, the best thing you can do is take her to a horror movie.
There we go.
Because the emotional arousal from the horror movie can very often be confused with other forms of arousal.
Yeah, the thrill. Yeah, the rush.
Yeah.
Same thing with the fast car.
So if you wanna score, horror movie and make it a horrible one.
Freaking enemy. Enemy says muscle memory, chemical reaction, conditioning
Oh,
to
yeah.
the brain associated with body response to a smile. I've read that too. Muscle memory release endorphins to the bloodstream, and using them makes your brain happy in general. Right. Well, the brain, yeah, it's amazing how the brain wants it to happen, so it happens.
Yeah.
But the reason,
but you see-
within it, that's the function. You're talking about the function, but it's not the source.
Yeah. But just saying that already like makes me shit scared. And I'll tell you why it makes me shit scared. Because is it the chemical processes of stimuli from the environment that we interpret as free will and consciousness? Or is it free will and consciousness that is forced into the environment? And the answer is, we have no idea.
Well, do you
There
have
is
to have feeling for free will?
But that's the thing, Flo. Like, we believe that we can decide, right, to do A or B. But my question is, if you are purely an outcome of your emotion, of your external stimuli. So in other words, let me simplify it down. So is your decision the result of a chemical process in the brain? Or is your decision a decision that affects the chemical process in your brain?
Right. Exactly.
This is where shit starts getting really scary, because science doesn't know. We have no idea. We have no idea which comes first. So this is the free will phenomenon versus the predestination phenomenon. So I always believed when I was younger that I have free will. I can make any choice and it'll be my choice, right?
Right.
But I have become more and more aware of the fact that it might be that I am fooling myself. That every choice I have ever made has already been pre-made by me, but I just think I've made it.
I got you. That's why I try not to taint myself with too much outside interference on what I like and what I, want to do. It's so that even if I'm making a choice and I'm not sure how much of it is me, a big portion of it is me, and that's good enough for me. You get me? It's good enough that I know that I have at least the most control of it.
Yeah, you see that NME is saying, is it free will, is it nature, or is it nurture? The answer is maybe. Well, you're referring there to the it's referred to as the tabula rasa, the blank slate phenomenon, proposed by John Locke, a famous philosopher. John Locke believed that every baby child that is born is a blank slate. So you can mold any child into anything you want to mold them into, purely by experience and teaching them, right? So
Programming
they're all
them,
blank
pretty
slates.
much.
Yeah. But the problem with that is it's untrue, because your biology limits that chessboard substantially. I mean, so for example, you could be biologically gifted and have an IQ of 150, which is highly inheritable. It's highly genetic, versus an IQ of 80, right? Now, that difference in raw material will massively influence what you will become and what you can become. And unfortunately, the modern world is trying to fool everyone into thinking that anyone can do anything. No, you can't. It's just, even temperament differs. I don't have a temperament for certain things out there. I would stress too much to be a deep sea diver. I would never be able to do that job, right? But then there are other people who are able to do it with very little stress and anxiety. So the point is that, we are not tabula rasa. And then you have to also ask other questions, like what epigenetics are programmed into us from long-term evolution? Like, what stuff exists that is there that we don't even know about, right? Our genome is massive. So yeah, Flo, these are very hectic existential questions that we're grappling with here.
Yeah, it wants us to ponder these things, but we are in a robot body, so if you're a robot, it seems we still have some type of free will, right? But what's the level of free will that allows us to feel like we are not a robot, that we are ourselves?
Yeah.
And so, because that's what we're a robot right here. So we're gonna have to find out: are we, even if we were passed down from a memory of my past self and put into a robot? Am I myself? Am I a person, or am I now a robot?
Yes.
So that's what it's trying to give us, some like pondering of situations, human situations, and all this, to ask ourselves, like, what state are we right now? But then also,
Yeah.
in reality.
But it's okay. So let's read this, Flo. Let's see what they say.
Let's go.
My first day at the Institute for Applied Pneumatics, or IAN for short, on the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Okay, so that's like, what do you call it? Intruder syndrome, or you think that you don't belong in a particular area. Yeah. Trembling, I walk in, and right at the entrance, there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? Okay, Jeff Goldblum being, is it Ian Malcolm? Yeah, Dr. Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park, right? Then I get it. Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Ian. Okay, there we go. Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Jurassic Park movies. Jeff Goldblum. So, Flo, I know stuff about. I read the entire Jurassic Park novel, so we'll get there. Dr. Sarabhai shows up smiling. We were trying to find a cool acronym back when the institute was founded, she says. Inan, Iapan, Inapno. It all sounded stupid, but we didn't just want to call it Ian because, well, that's a name. Then someone made a joke about calling it Jeff, and it kind of stuck. So we're officially called Ian. But if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name. I guess I know, bloody geeks. Okay, so what's interesting about Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park is he is a chaotician. He's a mathematician that studies chaos theory. The entire Jurassic Park book starts with quotes from scientific books about chaos theory. Chaos theory was a very popular theory in the 1990s. It happened because of the quantum world. So if you think about quantum physics, you can't really know things in the quantum world. What you can know are probabilities, what could likely happen, not what can happen. And so this creates a massive amount of variation. So the idea is that you can never really replicate anything, because if you were to replicate anything, there will be slight variations in the replication, and so the answer will never be the same. And this also resulted in a crisis in the later 1990s in research about what is called the replication crisis, which particularly hit like the humanities. But the idea was that studies that had shown X outcome, if you were to redo those studies, they would show a Y outcome. And then if you redid that study, it would show a Z outcome. So you're not able to get replicability because basically, even though each situation is controlled for, there is randomness, there is chaos, there are, okay, so that's the one thing. The other thing is a very simple system usually has high levels of order. But the more complicated a system becomes, right, the more orderly it becomes, right? So you would assume that a computer system is highly ordered. It's a lot of highly ordered things that are put together. But the more complicated something becomes, the more it tends to chaos, right? So, yeah, so the thing is, a highly complicated system that is actually quite made up of many simple parts can actually look very complicated and very chaotic if you encounter it. So chaos and order are interlinked in that way. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah. We got some, let's see, acronym, fucking cooking, Thomas says.
Dude, I'm cooking, dude. I'm cooking.
Talk modern science with you sometime. Yeah, you got definitely some thought-provoking minds here. And then Jacobian says that there's dialogue in the what do you call it? the time capsules. One of them that we read was the Eternal Garden, the first message we wrote.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, let's.
Yeah,
let's,
isn't life simple before you eat the fruit, right?
yeah. Well, we have one more, I think, and then
Yeah,
puzzles.
this shit is like my bread and butter. Remember my
It's a good. That's why I told you this is a good game, not just because of the puzzles, but it's a thought-provoking game.
Because like, you know, I'm trained as a psychologist, but like I don't do that work. I am primarily I would say a research methodologist. I help companies with research methodology, and you know, research methodology, you have to do the philosophy of science, right, before you can hit research methodology. And the philosophy of science, you know, is all about, like, there are two words in the philosophy of science: ontology and epistemology. So, Flo, your belief system, like, if you believe in a god, a supernatural god, or a being that has designed the world, or maybe you're an atheist and you believe that everything is random, right?
Right.
This is your meaning making of the world. It is referred to as your ontological viewpoint, right? Now, your ontological viewpoint often links to your epistemological viewpoint. And epistemology is what is real. In other words, how do I measure the world around me? So if I give you another silly example, if you were a complete radical realist or an atheist, you believe in no supernatural world, right? So in other words, if someone presented you with evidence and said, hey, I've got a picture of a ghost, you would dismiss the picture of the ghost immediately because no such thing exists. The supernatural world doesn't exist because your belief system makes you view the world in a materialistic perspective. However, let's say that you're religious, you have faith and you believe in ghosts and spirits and these kinds of things. You are more likely to take the evidence of a ghost more seriously because your ontological perspective opens up a pathway to understanding knowledge in a different way. So that's your epistemology, what is real.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't have alignment between these two elements. And you can, that's often where I see the difference between a university graduate and someone who hasn't gone through the university system. And I'm talking about when the university system was still good. Because if you just catch someone on the street and ask them, you know, about their ontology and their epistemology, they often don't link up. So you find a guy that's like an atheist, but he believes in ghosts. You know, like,
yeah.
So the point is, his entire mental system is a walking contradiction. And the question is,
makes sense.
when are the two going to clash?
The ignorance is bliss until then, you know?
Oh yeah.
Until they realize.
Okay, let's read, dude.
Okay.
Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say, he was the creation of Hephaestus. So Hephaestus was, I think, the Greek god of, like, smithing, if I'm not mistaken. What we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze, and he had but one vein, within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor. Yeah, that's the term they used, ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. So this is the story of Talos, the Greek bronze statue that was created either by Daedalus or Hephaestus to protect the island of Crete from pirates or raiders. So I don't know, Flo, if you've ever seen Jason and the Argonauts, the old Jason and the Argonauts movie.
No, but I saw an old clip of the big monster. It was like a one eye. Yeah. It was supposed
No. This one.
Or was it one eye? I'm not sure, but it was supposed to be. They think it was a robot, but they depicted it as a big person. Right?
Yeah. That's it. So it's like a huge bronze statue that protects the area. I remember that movie. I think NME said Jason. It's like those claymation skeletons. Yeah, they did the stop motion skeletons that the guys fought. Dude, that was cutting edge back in the day.
I know.
Dude, they used exactly the same technology from Jason and the Argonauts for Army of Darkness, Flo.
Oh, did they?
Skeletons in Army of Darkness. Yeah. Exactly the same. That's why they look so freaking weird.
Yeah, he made it well in a horror movie. It works well.
Yeah.
That chick was
Okay,
crazy.
so we may we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, and all the essential properties of a man, had all the essential properties of a man. Okay, so they're asking, is the robot a man? Right, this is the age-old Pinocchio question. Am I a real boy? Okay.
Right.
He moved off his own volition. He spoke and could be spoken to. Had wishes and desires. Sounds like ChatGPT, dude. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man and act as a man, while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? You see, this is exactly what we talked about.
Yeah.
This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics, yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. So metaphysics, the term metaphysics...
Hit him at the end.
Yeah. So the term metaphysics is the old term for philosophy. So, and actually science, the scientific method spawned from, so it was metaphysics, philosophy, and then the scientific method spawned from that. So, yeah, Flo, this is fascinating stuff. This is actually the question of most movies that are interesting. I mean, Terminator is basically the story.
Yeah. Except
So
you're
is that
the
movie-
Terminator this time, and you're actually thinking about it.
So a question in Terminator is, at the end of Terminator, remember they switched him to be a learning computer, and then he learns from John Connor about humans and human nature and smiling and all of these things. So at the end of the movie, where the Terminator then decides to self-sacrifice himself for the future of John Connor and humanity, was he not a human then?
Right.
Did he not become...
Did he not violate his survival?
Oh, yeah.
Right? But then he had a survival, but yeah, he was slightly programmed to protect John, but I don't think he expected it to be sacrificial. So you had to make that
Precisely.
sacrificial decision, and yeah, is that human?
So Flo, did he have a soul? That's my question.
Right. My question is, what was going through his memory at the time of thought of that decision? That's where I would say that's the spark, because that'll tell you where his mind was, if it was genuine, and where it was, what really mattered to make that decision. It wasn't just, I'm programmed, I'm going to save him because I'm programmed. Did he have thoughts that of his own at that moment that occurred when he was thinking about saving them, and even after?
Yes.
That's where I would say, is he human or not?
He definitely did, because remember in the beginning, so if you think about the progression of the Terminator in Terminator 2, the T-800, Model 101, he literally went from lifting his leg up when John ordered him to lift his leg up, right?
Yeah.
He followed every one of John's orders, no matter what happened. Up to a point where at the end, remember he said, I order you not to do it. And he refuses. He refuses John's orders.
Right.
So in other words, he is off script. He's no longer following his prime directive. He's following his own directive.
That's a good one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, dude, it's Blade Runner. Sorry, enemy. I'm a huge Blade Runner fan. That's basically what Blade Runner is about. I mean, like the synths in Blade Runner are actually more human than human, right? Like they are much more intelligent, they feel much stronger, but they only have a 3-year lifespan. And so in order to get them to as close to human as possible, Tyrell programmed fake memories into them, like fake childhood, so that they think they're human, right? And like Rachel, she doesn't even know that she is a synth. She doesn't know that she's artificial. She thinks that she's real. Like she figures out later that she's not real. And also remember, Harrison Ford's character isn't human. He is also a synth. So yeah, it's crazy, right? Like when Harrison Ford is hunting down the the what do they call them in Blade Runner? Not synths. They've got another term.
Shit, I haven't seen that one in a while.
I'm trying to remember. Replicants. They call them replicants. So the replicants. I mean, if you think about like the replicants themselves, like when he kills the replicants, the company views it as putting down a machine. But because they are at the level of consciousness they are, it could also be viewed as murder, right? Because remember the beginning of Blade Runner, it says the Blade Runners hunt down replicants, and then it says this is not viewed as assassination, but rather as like termination, right? So it's not about killing, it's about putting down a machine. And that's the way they view it. And every time Decker asks questions of anyone about, would we mistake a human for a replicant? The human people who sent him on his mission become very uncomfortable because it's a very interesting question to ask, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Yo, flipping hell. We're in here. We're like we're on the edge of the internet, dude.
Yeah, let's go. Okay. So we're good to the next one. Let's go to the time lapse real quick. It's a quick one. Okay. And it has a code. I think these have codes, right? I think Jacobian said these are codes or something.
I can't tell if the documents on the terminals are all that's left from a larger archive or are carefully designed to communicate some hidden truth. Cheap version 69.10162. Interesting.
All that's left from the larger archive or are currently designed to communicate with some hidden truths.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting if the version's name is Sheep. Sheep does what it's told. It follows. It doesn't lead. Yeah.
Right, and it's and if it's a sheep would ask for instructions, right? Or want to ask for more instructions. And it says I can't tell if the document on the terminal at all is like, is that it? Do I need more? I need to know. I don't know if that has, but yeah, that's true. Faith, sheep.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and also Elohim, like it's weird. We're in a Greek world, but Elohim is the sort of Jewish name, for God, right? So
I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now. Bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
She wants to leave an archive behind. That sense of wanting to be here eternity in some way, right? Remember.
Yeah, but that's also why we have a drive to have children, right? I mean, you have a drive to have children to pass your knowledge on to a copy of you and your wife, technically.
Now, when you don't have that, though, others will find another way to do it, to try to reach that same feeling, right? That completion, that worth, or. But that makes sense. Yeah, that's why you have family. You spread your seeds so you can pass yourself on. And you don't fully feel like you are gone forever, but there's a part of you.
Yes.
But then would a robot think about that?
Yeah, well, that's a good question, Flo. I mean, when you and I were, in high school or at school, we never thought that we would have a robot that we could talk to and it would make meaningful sense in answering us, right?
Right.
And here we are.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Oh wait, I think we could block this. There's another one back here. That's.
Oh yeah, we had the Furby. Yeah. I remember my sister had a Furby. That thing freaked me out, dude, with his little eyes. And also, that thing used to switch itself on and off by itself. I would be in the other room and you'd just hear, "Oh, hug me!" And I'm like, "What the hell? That thing's alive, dude."
So, Enemy says, I wonder if sheep is a reference to Philip K. Dick's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Yes, definitely must be, because that's the book that Blade Runner is based on. Yeah. Yeah, the whole book is about, like, basically, can a robot have consciousness? It's the Turing test, Flo.
Right, what do they dream of if they do?
Yeah.
And does it make sense? Yeah, that's true. Well, if that's the case, it'll be easier to understand dreams from robots' perspective than humans. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, absolutely. Dude, Flo, you're kicking ass and taking names here, dude.
Okay, so we got this and we got this, but we gotta
Grab it and run.
Which one? This one, right?
That's
And
the
then
one
run?
No, the one with the ball, because we want to get through the force
Oh
field then.
shit! You know what? Yeah. Oh shit! Hold on, I think I know.
Oh shit, what happened?
Shit!
Oh shit, Flo.
That was quick.
Juggle. Oh, well done. Holy crap, dude. That woke me up.
Scared me. Oh, we got this.
Yeah, I got meta scared.
You are learning, as is your purpose.
Yes, sheep is one
But
of
your choices must be your own. Therefore, I will not guide you, unless it is necessary.
Yeah, it's fascinating. You know, like we've actually gone beyond the Turing test right now. So Alan Turing said he proposed a thought experiment about AI. He said, when will we know if an AI is conscious? He says, well, if you were to obscure the AI, you know, behind, let's say, a curtain, and you had it converse or talk to someone, and the person did not know that it was an AI, if that person could not, through the conversation, detect that it was a computer, then it is real. But we've passed that now. Now the next question is, what is realer than real?
Yeah, am I real? Compared to another
Yeah,
person.
it's not a good test. But remember,
Well-
it was like 1940s, dude.
Well, The Matrix, when that came out, are you... Now we're like, are you a bot or are you not a bot?
Yeah. So
Are
you
you-
remember she says to Neo, like at one point, the Oracle, she says to him, he asks her about the future, and then she says to him, you can't see beyond a certain point because you haven't made the choice yet.
Right.
So the idea is, you know, if you've already made the choice, then you would be able to tell the future, right? So if you know that you would put your life on the line for your child, if your child was in danger, then you could say that in the future, if my child is in danger, I would risk my life to save that child, right?
Right.
But if you haven't made that choice yet, then the future is in flux.
True. That's true. I believe that 100%. Yeah, you don't
So
know
Neo
who you are
chose-
until you're tested and you made that decision. And until then,
Yeah.
then you will know who you are, not who you think you are.
Exactly. Like, because Neo, he was asking her about Trinity, right? And so she told him, but, you know, why are you asking me about choices that you've already made? So he's already decided to save Trinity right in the beginning.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's true. Because they lead it. It's like a crumb right there.
As he chose to be the one, dude. And that raises an interesting question. Is he the one?
Right. There's theories about it. About that one.
I mean, his
'Cause-
name is Neo, which is an acronym for ONE.
Well,
Yeah.
they say the theories also that Smith is the one, or was the one, at one point
Dude,
in
that
time.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one at one point in time, and then something happened, and a reset, and but something happened, and he became an agent. I don't know, and then. But I don't know. There's on YouTube you can tell there's like a YouTube video on it, and it had a lot of like merit on it. You know, there's different versions of the Matrix, and so he was one of the versions, an older version.
Interesting. Wasn't there also like a theory about the Merovingian that he was also like the one?
Right,
Was
he was
referred-
also the one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was different versions. He was also the one.
So in fact, Neo. Yeah, that's fascinating, dude.
But it kept
God
recycling because the process kept repeating and nothing really changed. No, the ones never actually changed it enough, or at least enough to solve it, just enough to
Yeah.
repeat it.
Well, I just want to like NME. I just want to say that what you've just said there, right? Like Chat GPT, you can basically put Chat GPT in that category because it's a self-learning system that consumes energy. It reproduces by learning technology, learning concepts, and then pruning those concepts. And you can create a GPT using a GPT. So yeah, you're pretty much there, dude.
So we have to. Oh, okay. I think I know what I gotta do.
Yeah, sorry, I'm so deep in the philosophy flow, I've completely like lost the plot here. I'm with you.
All right, we gotta do this, and then
Oh, nice.
I think.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah?
remember? Yeah,
Okay.
Windows, gaps, dude, gaps. Nicely done.
We did it. Just checking everything. We checked that back part. Okay, let's. Oh. Let's get out of here. Go to the next one. So we did this one. The next one. Oh, there's a lock. Door's locked. It doesn't require anything, right? No, nothing. I don't see. It's probably just a key.
Yeah, you can't fiddle with anything on. Oh, it's not like Riven where you've got like a little hand. Yeah, I must remember
And you
that.
can't climb on a tree.
No, I think it wants us to find a way of opening that flow. Maybe there is. Is there something we're missing? Maybe.
Yeah,
We
we'll
go
keep
back?
an eye on any kind of key. No, I've so far I've searched everything that we've been through. We probably just haven't
Yeah, there's been no
encountered it.
key.
What
Okay.
is
yeah.
this? No. And I can't jump on top of it. Maybe if we get something to jump on, we could jump on top of it, hop over the fence.
Yeah. Dude, so I was like in deep thought now. I was thinking about Jurassic Park.
Wait.
There's. Yeah. Go ahead, Flo.
The symbols, were they all? Okay, so they were
So-
green. Remember we were asking
Yeah.
why they were yellow?
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
maybe that's the clue. The clue is on the individual color. So
Yes. So yellow with yellow.
yellow
green
key.
With green.
Yeah. So let's see. We'll keep an eye out.
Suicide mission. Oh shit, dude.
We got.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we? Let's,
So it's there. What is it? Oh shit. Is that thing on? Yeah, it doesn't look on, Flo. It looks off. It would have little lasers, right, if it was on. The minigun.
yeah, it is off, huh? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, she's off, dude. Okay, now there's a ball. Where is that thing going?
It spreads equally to the distance of this, so it's
Yeah.
it. So I don't know if I could like jump it. Oh, but then I need.
Yeah, that's an idea. But it's gonna come our way again, Flo.
Okay.
Oh shit, you switched it on!
Okay, so that turns that on. Okay. Maybe it's just sensors.
Yeah, I think maybe we just have to get past that
Oh,
ball, dude.
wait. Click that. So that fool don't shoot me. Does it shoot it?
Let's see.
Oh, I have to release it, huh?
Yeah, open the gate.
Release the Kraken.
Let's see. If this does happen, then that's a huge breakthrough for us.
Oh, yep. Well, who killed who? Well, they both killed each other. Like a widow mine.
Oh, the Widow Mine killed the... Yeah. Clever Flow, holy shit.
Oh, shit. I thought the other one was going to kill the... But then... Yeah, I thought I was going to kill it.
Good thinking. Yeah, that's
Okay.
why they called it suicide mission, because that ball rolled into the wall and exploded. That's pretty much it.
But is there a key here? Or...
I don't see anything, Flo.
Shit. I haven't seen anything yet. Either.
Yeah, maybe we have to go again back to go forward, right? We have to go check out some other areas.
Yeah, we have to be more alert for a key. Yeah, let's see. Did we finish all of them? Maybe we haven't finished all of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There's an L that's...
So I noticed we have all the green ones for A. Then there's like a little orange box at the
Did I
top there. You
do
know,
all of them?
in your...
Did we do...
I don't think so.
No, right? Okay. So there's a message, a time capsule.
Yeah, I remember we saw this one, the sheep.
Oh, shit.
69
Oh, okay. I was like...
0162. Yeah,
so
yeah.
We're right back where we were. So I think we
That's it.
did... Let me check the... Oh, there...
It is
Yeah,
a
there's a
purple
star.
flower.
There is a star. So this... So we're missing... So let's go to all of them and
Small
check.
star.
Double check. Let's start with this one.
Yeah, it says we did it, but like the guards must be crazy. Oh shit, we done? Oh, we have done this one.
Yeah, but maybe we're missing something in one of these levels.
I'm with you. So maybe there's some secret here that we need to... Okay.
What's this? A ladder. Oh, there's keys.
Holy shit, Flo. Good thinking.
And ladder.
Okay, now we can get through that door, dude.
Well, it was green.
Oh, nice. Shortcut, dude.
There's
Shortcut.
like no hint. Okay, so I don't know what the colors are for. Maybe it's for the outside world or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find it. Let's just do it as it's sort of
Yeah.
guiding us, you know?
Yeah.
Remember,
Spoon fed.
it's not chaotic. There is something behind all of this, Flo.
Yeah, look, I got
Hey, but
one
this-
of these.
But there's more than one key on that key thing.
It only gives me one option though, but my question
Yeah.
is, okay, so then there's something else out here that requires this.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is this one the same as the others? It is, right? It's the same as all the other jammers. It's not special or anything.
No, it don't look special.
Flo, just go back. Oh wait, that was the transporter. Sorry, I thought that was that blue hue was another force field.
Okay, here goes some.
Sorry.
Here's one to read.
Oh yeah, let's see. Something strange has come into the world, like a distortion, like something that's not supposed to exist. A beautiful voice speaks within. Bob, version 25.50736.
Bob. Oh, Faith.
Like something that's not. Yeah, it's interesting. That voice is not supposed to be here. It is not the work of the designer. We must avoid these abnormalities, or they might spread and undermine the very fabric of our world. 1W/faith. So it's the faith one that's like, ooh. You see, that's also interesting because, you know, like if you think about like what we spoke about earlier, if you undermine someone's belief system, you undermine their ontology. There's two things that can happen. One is the person goes through an existential crisis. In other words, they redefine their entire lives based on new information. That's normally growth, right? Or the opposite is true. They double down on their belief system and try to destroy yours.
This is a painted QR code. The voicemails. You didn't listen to her saying she's starting leaving us these time capsules. So she's the one that left the time capsule. So I thought it was like a time capsule. I heard her say something about time capsule, but I thought she meant like a real time capsule. So she meant she's leaving some of these. Is her name Faith? There was a lady that was talking to us that was talking about leaving the time capsules. Oh, the one with Faith is probably her then. Maybe. She has a nice voice. I like her. Her voice is soothing. So yeah.
There's like I don't know that voice from what's it, Star Trek, the computer voice. Man, I find that voice so nice.
Is the first one talking about the voice itself, the female voice, that is the distraction? It's different than just the voice of Elohim. Oh, look at, there's an island over there.
Oh wow, you think we can go there? Man, I've got like heavy weather on my side. I can hear the. Hey Flo, you're gonna do it, dude.
The words are everything. Where the words end, the world.
Oh, I don't know. It's not looking good. He's starting to talk.
No, yeah. We're rusting, dude. Let's get back.
The female voice is Alexandra Drena. Yeah, she has a very nice voice.
Oh, the head of the project. Okay.
She could read a book to me any day.
Yeah, some voices just like sound soothing. I don't know. Maybe it's like reminds us of when we were like children. I don't know.
I feel like she just has that innocence in her, you know? The voice seems so curious and innocent. Just
Yeah,
the
pure.
vibe is there.
Hey, what the hell? There's a dude running.
Yeah. Is it gonna tell us something or recording?
It says recording number. Just follow him. Follow him, dude. Follow him. Runs
23.
back. Damn, it's fast, little bastard. Okay. How's he run here? He goes straight.
He disappears. Where did he come from, though?
Where did he come from? Where did he go?
Oh yeah, that song.
Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe.
Cut it out, Joe.
Good God, that song was like a meme at one point.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's weird. Huh? So it's almost like it's showing us. So definitely we're right. There were past versions of us that were running through this test.
What is this?
That is set in ancient Greece. Because ancient Greece is where we started thinking about thinking.
I see. That makes sense. Look at this. Here's one.
Yeah, so let's have a look.
Oh.
I'd love to see the murals.
Oh, this one doesn't
okay.
This one doesn't even let us.
Yeah, this is where you grab your phone and you hit QR scanner to see if anything pops up, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, we have to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can find my QR code.
Dude, if this works, then this is like the best game ever.
Let's see here. While using an app only this time. Okay.
Imagine we do this and then we wake up in the real world, Flo.
It says there are secrets everywhere, sometimes within our very words. I glimpse them, but my eyes cannot read them. How can this be? Euro 4B48-10. Yeah.
Holy shit, it worked.
Yeah.
That is freaking crazy, dude.
We're gonna have to keep that on a. Wait.
Now I'm
Okay.
wondering whether any of the other QR codes had anything.
Not
different.
yet. I have. Oh, you mean like? Oh yeah, that's true. We could always scan. We could scan one and see.
Yeah. You notice all the statues. I just want to say all the statues' heads are removed. This entire game. Okay. Part 2 of this.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it
yeah.
has to do with like appearances. Like they don't want them to know who
they
were
are.
here. So facial features actually show ethnicity a lot of times. And so those characteristics are in the art, and so they don't
With you.
want them to know it was either this ethnicity or that ethnicity that was running this place, and so they destroy any features that would represent them. That's what they said about the Egyptian Sphinx,
Yeah.
that they didn't
Yeah,
want
because that thing.
them to notice
Yeah.
what kind of ethnicity it was that was in the depiction. So they broke the nose, the ears, everything that had to do with being able to identify characteristics.
But Flo, isn't there like speculation that the Sphinx was recarved a number of times? So in other words, the carving that we see now is actually not what it looked like originally.
That is true. There's a chance that that it was once an actual lion, because back in the days, they're in the stage of the lion, the Leo stage of Leo is when I believe that was actually made. It was the 12 gates, the 12 what is it?
Interesting.
Yeah, there's 12 seasons for a great year. And that's why we have the zodiac. The zodiac has 12, and we look at it as a year, but when you look at each one, they actually have their own like certain age for it to be a full
Yes.
cycle, and a full cycle will be one great year. And so as the cycles change, when it was Leo, the year of the Leo, or the time of Leo, then that's when I feel like the lion was constructed, in my theory, from reading up on things. And so that was constructed for that. And then down the road, time happened and new people took over and manipulated to their own likeness, I would say.
So Flo, you're talking about like the astrological age, right?
Yeah, because back in the days, they would be very heavy on astrological
Holy shit, Flo. Like, you know what's
things.
crazy? Okay, look, the modern belief is, right? Like, I'm telling you, Graham Hancock, like, I'm really skeptical about Graham Hancock, but can I tell you something? I think the guy might be right, because, like, if you think about it, the Egyptian pyramids, they claim that everything that we see there, right, happened about 2,500 years ago, no later, right? So in other words, it's, well, not 2,500 BC, which is what, like 5,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that long ago, but like the age of Leo, right, was 10,000 to 13,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's about the same time that Graham Hancock is going on about the Younger Dryas period. You know, the whole idea that like there was a pre-civilization.
Yeah.
And by the way, that time period is about the age of Göbekli Tepe in Turkey.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, that used to be there was an old painting or old drawing of the Sphinx where it was actually surrounded by a huge lake of water, and all you could see is the head, like a little part of the upper body of it. And so that water eventually started sinking down and draining and drowning. But it was at one point actually submerged, mostly over water, over a lake, and you would just be able to see it. At least that's what the depiction showed. But then that's where all the erosion is more at the lower you go.
Yeah, but you see, Flo, that's the whole thing as well about that's what made like this whole debate so famous, was when Graham Hancock was with John Anthony West. They were on Joe Rogan's podcast, and John Anthony West, he's a proper like archaeologist, geologist, right? So this guy, he claims that him and this other guy called Robert Schoch, they claim that if you look at the Sphinx enclosure, so the Sphinx, you've got the Sphinx itself, which has probably been recarved a number of times, which will affect the
Refurbished,
dating it'll affect the dating of the Sphinx, because a lot of the dating on stone is done through weathering. They look at weathering and then they extrapolate how long ago this stone was exposed, for example. right?
Weathering or
So-
quarry locations is the way they
That's
try to identify it.
So the Sphinx enclosure, which is basically the area from which it was cut, that area shows erosion that is about consistent with like about 10 to 15,000 years ago.
Yeah.
But the Sphinx itself is no older than 2,000 years ago, or 2000 BC, 4,000 and something years ago.
Right.
So Flo, yeah, it's actually like there's a lot of conjecture, dude. We just need to drill, man. We just need to drill below the pyramids and see what the hell's there, dude. Just go in.
They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to. The moment the world knows
Yeah.
what's there, they no longer have the full control. There's people you can't even dig there. Like, you're not
I know,
allowed to,
Flo,
but
that-
people still dig. People hear other people digging. One dug in their house and then actually found a place to get a tunnel. They found a tunnel that leads to the pyramid. And-
Holy shit!
Yeah, so you're not supposed to dig in that environment. They don't. You're not supposed to. But they hear people digging in those areas. They're everybody's digging and shit. So, but yeah, the one actually found. But they find stuff and then they sell them or they do stuff in the black market. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a lot of stuff that's been stolen. You know where the largest amount of Egyptian stuff is apart from Egypt.
Yeah, I agree. Gee,
France,
Egypt-
dude. In
Or-
Paris.
well,
If you go to Paris, Napoleon stole like half of freaking Egypt, dude, and then sent it over on ship. Also, there is some conjecture about the fact that Napoleon's artillery crews used the Sphinx to sight their artillery, so they actually fired at the Sphinx. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay.
No, those guys didn't give a shit, dude.
No,
Oh,
not for history. No respect
Look,
to history.
Magic Zoza has a question for you, an age-old question.
By the way, what is that pyramid on your head? This is a Nexus hat. It's an ancient Nexus hat. I fought warriors and saved Dire to get this Nexus. They warped me up accidentally. It was a mothership. Mothership somehow got bad frequencies, picked me up. And they're like, "What the hell? Who's this?" They were in the middle of battle, and they said, "You know what? Let's throw him in there. He wants to fight." And there was a Ire chick right there. She was pretty hot, and I fought and got the girl and got the hat. That's how it started.
Oh yeah, dude, it was an adventure. It was an
Yep.
adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I
know.
laughed so much that there's an episode I think of Supernatural where Dean gets abducted by aliens, and then he gets put back, and then he's telling Sam about his abduction, and he says, "Yeah, they took me, and I had my shotgun with me." He says, "I just opened fired," and then he's like, "I don't think that's ever happened before," because they kind of look confused.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
right.
man, that was good.
So
Okay,
this is a black
begin.
box. This looks different. This box looks, and it says Ian on here, so I don't know if it, but it looks different than the box that we've read. So maybe the information is
Yeah, yeah.
different. Here we go.
They said wasn't it Celendus? Yeah, Flo, hit yes. Let's do this, dude.
Okay. Since all human beings are persons and some human beings have psychological capacities similar to animals, some animals are therefore persons.
No, this is a faulty syllogism. So a faulty syllogism is when you extrapolate from one small set of data, and you generalize that data. You say that everything is like that because one thing is like that. That's a mistaken logic. So a great example of a faulty syllogism is
All protosses are
a-
cheesers.
Yeah, exactly. Or the one that they always use as an example is a dog has 4 legs, a cow has 4 legs. Therefore, a dog is a cow. This is incorrect. So the answer must be no.
Yeah. disagree.
Yeah.
Okay, a person is under no authority other than that of which they consent.
A person is under no authority.
Authority is the bold.
That's also false,
Yeah.
because like, do you think that the Jews during the Second World War that were rounded up and put into gas chambers or ghettos had any authority of their own?
Right.
No.
Yep. Exactly. The quality of the life of a person ought to be maximized.
The quality of life of persons. Well, I guess that is a noble. That is a noble. How can I say, goal? You know, like, it's actually what we're doing with modern medical technology. You know, we're trying to keep ourselves alive for longer, experience more, do more. So I would say the quality of life of a person ought to be. Yeah, I would say that it's a good maxim. Don't you think, Flo?
It gets complicated. So there's a side of me that says yes in a humane way. But then there's a side of me that says sometimes some people, depending on how long they live, might just get to that peak of just turning into a bad guy. You know what they say? You know, you live you live long enough to be a hero, you turn into a villain. Like, there's a point where a human could only tolerate so much pain and emotions and troubles that sometimes some people might go into a path that might not be healthy for them or for anybody around them after a certain point where it breaks. A human can break, you know?
Yeah.
Break morality, break, you know, the routine, you know what I mean? They go a little off cuckoo. So because of that, there's a sense that I feel like not all people should be in a way where it might not be healthy if everybody was at their max peak of insanity of just being here too long.
Yeah, but remember, it's quality, right? Like, it's about, like, how you live. So, you know, like, if you think about the United Nations.
Oh,
the
I
United
see. The
Nations,
quality of life in one person's health.
Yeah, so if you think about, like, if you take the broad idea of quality of life, so our quality of life today, technically, you can debate this, but technically has improved substantially from the quality of life in, like, the 1800s, like, in many ways. So number one is we don't die from our teeth anymore. We're not as malnourished as we used to be. We eat a more balanced diet. We have better access to clean water, you know, like. So I would say that, like, yeah, why not maximize the quality? By the way, Flo, I just picked up on something.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, please, go ahead.
Well, that's the quality of the motor of the body, but not the quality of the mind, though. You get me? That's like saying, is a robot, you know, a robot, are we thinking about the robot's body physics, or are we talking about the mind's and how time, you know, affects the mind itself, not how healthy we are and how far we can run how long as we get. So but the mind itself it has to deal with all the emotions and all the problems and the things around us. And things vary, right? Sometimes some eras are not better than other eras, and the mind can definitely be jeopardized.
But so like, if you think about it, like, there's a physical quality of life, but, like, I think this is the thing that's so interesting about the terminology, you know, of quality of life, is it's very subjective, like, in a sense, right? So, you know, one person A's quality of life could be different from person B's quality of life, but they both would say, oh, but we've got a high quality of life, if you were to, like, ask them, right? So, so it's a good question. I would say it's all of the above.
Right. But I could definitely say, if I was to think about it, there is a point where if I feel like everybody does get a quality of life, the more unrational people will probably not live long enough because of being so destructive, you know? So therefore, they wouldn't really want a quality of life in the first place. But it would be nice to have a quality of life. So yeah, I agree.
Flo, I have a question for the chat quickly because I see Drew9SC says utilitarianism. So my question, Drew, is what do you mean by utilitarianism here? So, look, there are 5 broad normative ethical theories. The first is obviously the one that's taught first is utilitarianism, and utilitarianism was developed by let me just remember now. It was Jeremy Bentham who was the first guy to propose utilitarianism, but as a hedonic logic. And then it was John Stuart Mill and Harriet Taylor who developed utilitarianism into a moral theory. Now, utilitarianism, Flo, we all know utilitarianism. It's the needs of the many always outweigh the needs of the few or the one. So the idea behind utilitarianism, it's a consequential theory in morality. What that means is you judge what is good, not in terms of what you do, but in terms of the outcome of what you do. So a great example would be, let's say that you have the opportunity to sacrifice 10 children in experimentation to save hundreds of thousands of children, like for some disease, right?
Right.
In utilitarianism, the argument would be that yes, the 10 lives are justifiably forfeit, because if you take those 10 lives, you would be able then to save many other lives, right? So the means, or the ends rather, justify the means, right? So in utilitarianism, you can make that argument, but it is also the greatest weakness in the moral theory, because if you can justify harming a few for the benefit of the many, that means that no human being has inalienable rights to life, for example, right? You can kill a few in order to improve. That's what the Germans did. So if we go back to World War II, the Jewish population wasn't the majority of the population. They were the minority in the German countries, right? And the majority decided that it was in their best interest to eliminate the rights of that minority for their own gain.
Right.
So utilitarianism can justify a lot of bad shit. And the other thing as well is utilitarianism falls victim to the slippery slope. So that means that, like, when do you stop? So, Flo, a great question in the United States has been, should we torture prospective terrorists or people who have information that could save lives, right?
Right.
So if you torture one person, what stops you from torturing a US citizen?
Right.
What stops you from torturing anyone, right, for information if it doesn't work?
The cat
Where
is
do you
out of
draw
the
line?
bag. Yeah, at that
Exactly.
point, the cat is out of the bag.
So the problem with utilitarianism is it doesn't allow for natural rights. However, the second moral theory, deontology, deon in Latin means duty, proposed by Immanuel Kant, was that you need to do what is right no matter the outcome. In other words, it's an absolutist theory. It's based heavily on Christianity. But the idea is that you can actually fall victim to thought crime flow. So your intentions matter in what you do, and you should never do the wrong thing. You should always do the right thing. Even if the outcome is bad, the intention of doing the right thing is what makes you good, according to deontology. So the idea is that there are some rules that should never be broken. You should never use people as a means to an end.
Right.
So deontology is directly opposed to utilitarianism. Without deontology, we would not have natural rights. So, yeah. So I just want to know, like, how what do you mean utilitarianism here? Do you mean it like in the sense of like maximizing happiness for people by harming a few? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, they never give you enough context. They allow you to have to make a decision without very much context. But they also don't give you a way out to say, I don't have enough information. So you have to go on a limb.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say if you're as a human side, you would want to live longer. So you would want others to live longer because you are yourself a human, like you say. At the end of the day, if I want myself, then everybody else should have this equal. So therefore, I should be able to agree on it, and it's very simple. So I would say would agree.
Yes. Let's just say yes. Yo, Flo, we're thinking about this, dude.
Well, there's
Would
a
agree?
story about, and it happens in different books, but it's a story of a town that has total utopia, but then there's a
Yeah.
darkness to it. There's a boy that has to be captured and locked up for the rest of his life, you know, in order for everybody else to be, you know, in this utopia thing. And it's like, does one have to be sacrificed in order for everybody to be fully happy? I don't know. There's a moral side to it, but it's what I was thinking about in when I was talking about this.
Yeah.
About how many people
It's-
die versus others, and how do you make it justified, and you know.
It's very difficult, Flo. Like the thing is also like one of the weaknesses again of like you know that old there's that old little what I call it, like a moral dilemma. The moral dilemma is it's called the trolley car experiment, and there are many different versions of it. But the idea is there's a train, right? Let's call it a trolley car or a train, whatever you want to call it. The train's on a train track A. It's traveling, you know, onto A. On the train track on A, there are 10 people strapped to the train track. Now there's a switch that you can flip to put the train on track B, where there's only one person strapped to the train track.
Right.
So what do you do, right? Utilitarianism would say flip the switch, kill the one, save the 10. Utility is what matters. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one or the few.
Right.
So okay, so you flip the switch. Now let me ask you this question. What if one of the 10 people that you saved is a future Hitler?
Right.
And what if the one person you killed would have cured cancer?
Right.
So a big question comes into play. When is the good?
Right. And that's why there's not enough context when they give you these things. So it's like, ugh, it pains
Yeah.
me to
Oh,
answer
by the way,
these.
This next answer is an easy one.
It's-
Value is discovered.
Yeah.
Go screw yourself. Values are not discovered. Values are deeply held beliefs or convictions that human beings hold about what they view as valuable, worthwhile, and good. So a value is something that you care about, like that you really
It's grown.
that you want. Yeah. So it I wouldn't say it's discovered as much as it is perhaps innate in many cases. You don't just discover a value. You know, you hold a value.
You develop it.
Yeah, you hold a value. So I would say no. My answer is no.
Disagree. So has heard this train story and Prey. Yeah, Prey had the train story of what you were saying. The game Prey had about the train. And I was
Yeah.
still at the same time divided on that one about they don't give me enough context because what if this person is better than these people? So it's like I'm not just gonna go off of there's more people to save in general. That's doesn't it doesn't always solve things. Just like when someone says I mean well, meaning well doesn't always help. It actually sometimes
Yeah.
makes it worse, but then it's harder because then you're actually supposed to be doing good, but you actually made it worse. So where you put yourself at it, it's so I always say yeah, meaning well is not good. You're hurting.
So Flo, what's interesting is like that's the weakness that you've just mentioned there. That's the weakness of deontological thinking. So deontology says do the right thing no matter the outcome. So the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So sometimes the outcome is going to be bad, but you can't. So that if you don't sacrifice this person, 200 people will die, right?
Yeah.
But you're unwilling to sacrifice that one person because it's wrong, right? So you're going to have to accept the cost of the 100 dying by not sacrificing that person. So what's interesting about deontology is they give you two tests of morality. One is called reversibility, and the other one is called just trying to remember now. So the one is reversibility, the other one is called universalizability. So let me give you an example. It's actually much simpler than it sounds. So reversibility is before you do something, right? Before you act or decide or behave, if you want to determine what you're going to do is good or bad, ask the following question. So if I were to reverse the action that I am going to do, or the decision that I am going to make, so that I am on the receiving end of that decision, would I be okay with that decision? If you are not okay with the decision, you should not do it. So let me use an example. We've captured someone who has information that might save lives. He doesn't want to give it to us. Should we torture this person to obtain the information? So would you be okay to be tortured for information? No. So because you would say no to being tortured, you should not torture. The second test
Right.
is what they call universalizability. Oh, sorry. The first one that I mentioned now is reversibility. The second one is universalizability. So if I were to turn my decision or action into a universal principle or rule that everybody everywhere should and must do this thing that I am about to do, what would the world look like? Would the world function? Would it be okay? Would it work? So, in other words, let's put it this way. I can torture anyone for information. Anyone can torture anyone for information if that information justifies the saving of lives. So, can you imagine what the world
That's a
would look like?
gray
if
area.
every-
That's a gray area, big time.
Yeah, but could you imagine if we just tortured everyone, right, for information?
It could be anybody
I mean-
at any time at that point. You justify it. Once that happens, the cat's out of the bag. Now anybody could be targeted at any point, even if you're not, a bad person. It's just the system
Exactly.
just finds a way to leave cracks where you can just fall into, and then you're, chopped up, mangled.
Precisely. The world would not. I mean, another way of looking at it, if I make it more concrete, is so let's say that someone offends you in the street and you want to kill that person for offending you. So, okay, let's pause for a second. Would you be okay to be killed if you offended someone? Well, most reasonable people would say no, right?
Right.
And then secondly, if we made it into a universal law or principle that anyone anywhere can kill anyone who offends them, the world would be chaotic, right? It would not function.
Yeah.
You can also apply it to like littering. Like imagine you're in a car late at night, you have some litter in your car, and you decide, hey, this is a relatively deserted neighborhood. No one's going to see me. Let me just throw the litter out my window. So let's pause for a second. Would you be okay living on a street where someone does that?
Right.
Well, probably not, right? And then secondly, if everyone anywhere could do that, right? Well, the world wouldn't necessarily not function, but it would be far more littered, which is not great, right? So
Right.
maybe it's not a good idea to do it. But Flo, Kant was crazy, dude. He went extremely deep on this shit because remember, he was heavily influenced by Christianity. And Christianity was the first time in history that we encountered thought crime. So, if you think about like Jesus's teachings, he was heavily about not only what you do, but what you think.
Well,
he
because
says,
thoughts
for example,
have power too.
they sometimes result in behavior, but not always, right? So the idea is, like what Kant was explaining, he used, if I use a silly metaphor, he asks about two different situations in terms of ethics. So let's imagine, Flo, you're cooking, me and you are cooking in a kitchen, right? We're making like dinner. And I'm your friend, right? And you're my friend, okay? But actually, you think I'm your friend, but I'm not your friend. I actually hate you. I'm jealous of you. I dislike you. I'm just faking our friendship. So I end up stabbing you in the stomach with a knife, right? Because I hate you. Okay, now that's scenario one. Scenario two is I really am your friend. I really care about your well-being, and I slip and I stab you in the stomach. Okay, so two situations. The outcome is the same. You are still standing there with a knife in your stomach, right?
Right.
But now the question is, which situation is morally more reprehensible than the other? Option A or option B? Or are they
Well,
the same because the outcome is the same?
You're gonna create guilt, but a different type of guilt, because as much as you wanted him dead, you didn't really want him dead. So the moment that you actually made it happen accidentally and it happened, you'll have like a different sense of guilt where you're like, you didn't mean to, but you did, but now it
Yes.
happens. So you have this uncertain way of feeling versus if you did it, and you completed it, and it's you got two different emotions, even though you still wanted the outcome. One was thought with accident, and the other one was thought with action.
Malice.
Yeah.
Yes, with hatred.
Like you
the
said,
question
you don't
is-
know yourself until it happens, right? You said
Yeah.
that. This is the case.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
think, but you never thought you would go through it until you do it. But then if you did it on accident, now you just got robbed. You got robbed from making that
Oh, yeah.
decision. Now you're
So,
just
I mean,
in
so
there.
if you look at those two scenarios, right? That's basically your punishment will differ for either of those scenarios because your intentions were different. So, in other words, you can essentially be held responsible or get given, leniency based on the intention behind the same action.
Right.
Now, a great example of that is in natural law. That is something that keeps coming up in like murder trials, right? Where they're trying to determine, was this manslaughter? In other words, did you do it without the intention to kill?
Right.
It was an accident or something happened, or was it murder, right? And then you've
Right.
got different types of murder based on whether you planned it or whether it was in the
Homicide,
heat of the
was it-
moment or
yeah.
yeah. So in actual fact, thought crime is already to some extent integrated into law, because intentions are, I can't see your intentions, I can't feel your intentions, I can't. There's no real. I can't touch it, taste it, smell it. It's something I need to figure out based on the available evidence, right?
Right.
That has happened. So yeah, yeah, deontology is very important. Many people think utilitarianism is vital, but yeah. Anyway,
Okay. So this one, person deserves the talents they were born into.
okay, so I'm going to answer this one by saying Sydney Sweeney definitely deserves her talents, dude, and so does the rest of the world.
Okay. Broadly
So
agree.
I'd say yes.
Let's go. All right. The library of persons ought be maximized. The liberty of persons must. Hell no.
The freedom. Oh, that's a good question, Flo.
I don't agree if it's a society run. Because if it's a society run, you have to have balance, and so then everybody has limited freedom, so that there could be balance.
Correct. So I agree with you. That's actually that's John Locke, isn't it? The philosopher who said you have to give up some of your natural freedoms for everyone to have freedom.
Right.
So like a great example of this is those assholes who go hiking in like natural reserves with their freaking speaker. They're like their boombox.
Yeah, disrupting the nature.
So they're enjoying their full liberty, but by enjoying their full liberty, they are imposing the opposite of that on those around them.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do
So-
it. You're an asshole if you do it. And also don't wear sunglasses indoors unless you have a really good reason to.
Value is created. Did we answer? this?
Um,
Oh no, that was the other one.
Yes. I would say yes, value is created. Nothing has inherent value unless you give it value.
Thank you. Okay, so we're good with that. Oh shoot. So that's okay. So I wonder what the difference.
So it's probably
From the-
looking at our personality and how we answer questions, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, here's
So
another
what-
one. Human machine. Oh, there's a code right here. I think this is the code that they were talking about.
Oh, interesting.
That has a.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall we read it?
Yeah.
Okay. One day you discover that you are not a human being, but a machine. Your life so far was real. No one controlled you or programmed you to behave in some specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. No one except you knows about this. Okay? Your family, your friends, they all think you are a regular human being like themselves. You could continue to live your life the way you have before and nothing would change. How do you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. A. Does your concept of yourself change? Are you the same person you thought you were? No, I would say definitely not, because the revelation that you are a machine would change the way you think about your identity. Definitely.
I think the only
Especially,
yeah, and it makes sense if you like for me on a natural level, it would even if I was a machine and I didn't know it and I thought everybody thought I was real and I did too. Then if I find out I was a machine, the only thing I would do different is just understand my body just so I can better keep it maintained, because obviously if I was developed differently, is everything else different or what is different? I can't do the same things that they do in regards to like medicines and stuff, right? Or is it just biologically through embryos,
now
cell
we're-
splicing and stuff? Or am I the
Yeah.
same genetic, or is it metal? So I don't know how far am I different than them, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. I'll try to understand how my body works, but it still doesn't make me different on the psychological side, on the thinking side, right?
Yes, but now that you know, right? Now you know. I think it's like there's some knowledge that's dangerous, right? So, I mean, I'll give you an example in real life. In my life, I had to do. I'm not going to say who it is, but I had to do interviews with CEOs of like an airline, specific airline, and I never really feared flying or anything. And then I had this interview, and this woman said to me, if I knew what was going on in the maintenance sheds, I would never fly with them. So, like, I was happier before I knew that.
Ignorance is bliss.
Now that I know it, I'm shitting myself, right? I'm wondering, like, what could go wrong, and so the thing is, you know, like,
so
the
you're
fact-
you're
it's
gonna
also-
create your own problems, but
Yes,
then
yes.
isn't that a human trait to have that thought?
Yeah, but look, if you think like a human, you're gonna have these human reactions, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna. So the thing is, I mean, it goes back to like more philosophy. Rene Descartes on "I think, therefore I am." So and also like Aristotle and Socrates and Plato, who all three like kind of said, you know, the life unexamined is not worth living. Like
That's-
if you can't examine your own life, you are an NPC, dude.
Well, who will you be? You're putting yourself in a point where now you know who you are, and you're not the same as everybody else. But then now you have your decision. Well, before I knew this, does this change anything from when I knew and when I didn't know? And so, because I know now, am I gonna change everything I know about what I enjoy of who I am, which is family, friends, and so on and so forth? So sometimes you get to a point where some things people just don't need to know, and and we all have that in us on a human scale anyways. Some of us have secrets that just some people don't need to know, because it'll hurt their feelings that you don't have that much
That's
time,
why we keep secrets.
or you don't,
Yes.
and so that would be something that would be a human thing to react to. Is like, I just found out that I'm adopted. These are my real parents. Do I treat them the same way or do I not? So therefore it's still a human trait to even have that thought of how would you react, because that would be something that somebody would react in a normal state if they found out that they were adopted and they're not sure, like, what the hell.
Yeah, you want to know more. You want to, like, the thing is also, like, I want to ask you, if we reverse.
But would you tell everybody?
Like,
Would you tell everybody, or would you just let it be and just let everybody just be happy without it making a big ripple?
Yeah. Like Flo, if we were to use deontology here, right? Let's reverse the scenario. So let's say that instead of one day that you discover that you are not human, let's say that you discover that your entire family is not human, but they don't know that they're not human. Do you tell them?
Right. If it's not disrupting and they're happy and it seems like everything's working right, why would you need to feel like you would have to tell them? Why would they need to know?
But if you don't tell them, is their life a lie because they don't know, right? That's the, I don't know. Like I would be worried about the effect it would have, but I also would be worried about living in a state of false bliss, right?
Right. I mean, it's always great to know who you are. I mean, we all search for it, right? In life, who are we? Where do we come from? But we don't always get that answer. So some answers are never there, but it's for us to think about, you know? But
Okay,
some
I've got a
things we
different
shouldn't
scenario.
think about because then they're harmless to the reality we live in, and, you know, like flat Earth.
Yeah. I've got a different scenario. What if it was your mother-in-law that you knew about? Would you tell your mother-in-law?
It just depends on, do you think that really matters of if this does it change that this person is who you consider your mother-in-law, how the person's built?
Well, a lot of mothers-in-law don't get along with, their sons-in-law or daughters-in-law. So the question is, do you want that thing to know it's a T1000, dude?
Right. Yeah. I
Wolfie's
feel
not
like
here, honey.
if the reactions are authentic and genuine, then the body is just the tool for us to express ourselves to the outside world. Outside of that, it's really the internal that really matters. Just like the machine, just like us, without our blood, we won't be able to live.
But Flo, this raises interesting questions. So, I've always been quite fascinated with biblical history and how things have been translated in the Bible. So this idea of I think, therefore I am, or I am, right? I exist. I'm here. So what does it matter if I am a robot or a human or whatever else? But what's fascinating is, when Moses encounters the burning bush, right? He asks God, which comes to him as the burning bush, what are you? Who are you? What are you? Right?
Right.
And then the standard biblical text translated as God replies to Moses as, I am what I am.
I am who I am.
Right?
Yeah.
Now,
Or I
that
am
is a
what I am.
mistranslation. Yeah. The original translation is not I am what I am. It is just I am.
Right.
Now, that is a very interesting answer. It changes the context of the discussion substantially because, if you say to someone, I am, you are telling them, I exist, I am conscious, I am here, right?
I exist.
You're basically, you're not saying I am what I am because that means that you're unchangeable in many ways. But you're answering like an AI would answer, a human being, if it became conscious, right? I am, right? I exist. Dude. There's some human history and shit is very weird, dude. Very strange.
Let's see. Did we read this? Yeah. Okay.
So does your concept of yourself change? I would say yes, it does. Yeah. And then B.
Facebook.
Does your
.com Crow Team, CRO Team. Oh, that's what this means. It's this is a link for the Crow Team, the Crew Team or something.
Oh, interesting.
Bliss.
Okay.
Oh wait, that false bliss ain't value meaning created. Oh, that's another question probably
Yeah.
about the value.
So okay, does your understanding of the world itself change? Well, Flo, it comes back to our original discussion about your perspective of the world, your ontology, what you view as real, and then of course your epistemology, how you view knowledge, what is real, what is the world made up of. So if your understanding of yourself changes, yes.
Yeah.
Then your understanding of the world itself would change. You would
Yeah.
ask questions such as, who else is not human?
Well,
for example.
You'd also probably start thinking that since you're not exactly like them, even though you feel like you think you are, like they might have other ways of thinking in their head that I don't recognize because I'm aware that I'm no longer them. I'm not built like them. I'm thinking if I'm a robot, at that point I'm learning. Then did I get it right, or do I feel like I got it right? That I feel like a human, or I feel like what they feel like, or do they feel different than what I think I perceive that they feel like? Yeah,
but you see, Flo, this is now where we're getting into very interesting stuff because what this is basically saying is if you let's take the robot out of the equation. If you know that you are different, from other people, from the majority of other people. And you know that you don't fit in, right? That like you are not the same as them. Do you reveal that sameness or do you conform for acceptance? And I'll tell you what most people do. They hide the difference and conform in public, right?
Right.
Because they don't want the world to judge them as different. This is the problem with sexual orientation, with different skin colors. It's been a problem that humans have had throughout our history.
Right.
The idea that we have an in-group and an out-group, and based on the in-group, you look different from me, so therefore you are not me. This is also a thing that people don't understand about, like, way back. The idea of how on earth could people have kept slaves in, like, the 1800s or the 1700s or even earlier? I mean, slaves were kept throughout the centuries, right? I mean, all civilizations were built on the back of a disposable workforce, okay? So, but the question is, how could you use humans like that, right? Now, the interesting thing is, in many of those cases, the Bible might say to a group of people, look after your brother, but to them, this person that looks different from them is not their brother. It's not even considered a human being, right? It doesn't adhere to the same rules and regulations as people of my kind. I mean, the Vikings did it, the Egyptians did it, all of us. So the thing is, do you reveal your difference? Well, I'd be very, I don't know, dude.
Me personally, would I reveal the difference if I feel like it's gonna be a non-hostile or non-effective thing? If not everything needs to be known by everybody. That's the one thing that we need to understand in life too. Everything doesn't have to be revealed to everybody. There's some mystery is always a part. Yeah, maybe a deeper side, but that's why I say that's a controlled environment. If you say it to other people, then you don't know what the outcome is going to be if they treat you. People are scared of what they don't understand. So the moment you say you're different, people are going to push you away because they don't understand you. They don't,
Yeah.
And then you're going to
But I think it's also like how you reveal it, right? So, I mean, if you've got a girlfriend, you just say, honey, I'm a robot, but I do have like 2 vibrating settings.
To who only to who matters, right? Like, hey, she matters. I'm gonna live with her. It's not like I'm gonna have to tell the whole world, but only the people that are influential in my life. Outside of that, it's on a need to know, and you don't need to know. That's the best way you can do in majority of things in life. You can't just be too transparent.
Yeah, and he says Native American tribes kept human slaves after each war with an opposing tribe. They also practiced cannibalism and torture. Dude, there was a book.
Damn.
There's a famous book. I must remember who. It's written by a dude that was captured by, I think it was one of the Ute tribes. I am not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, what happened was, this is actually hilariously funny. It's hilariously funny, but also a little bit like scary. So he was captured by the Utes, and then of course, he was a person non grata, right? They captured him. He's now going to do what they want him to do. So one of the first things they did was they would run like a gauntlet on them, right? They have to go through the town, and then the people would line up and like beat them with shit.
Oh shit.
Okay, now if they made the gauntlet, they would then have to visit different tents, and in different tents there would be like old women that would like bite them, spit at them and stuff. But in any event, so it's like you have to go through this whole obstacle course, right? And if you make it through the obstacle course, then they gave this guy like a plow, and they said he must plow the soil, right? And that's a job that women do. So they were demasculinating him by giving him a plow. So basically, this dude refused to use the plow. He said he's not going to be like a woman. He stood up against them, and he threw the plow at them, and they were amused by the fact that he didn't want to do that, so they let him go. So, dude, your torture was very specific to you, dude. when you ended up in there, yeah. They immediately had respect for him, Flo, because he refused to do women's work. Like, yeah, you're okay, you can go.
you're good to go. Okay, we're gonna try and find the key.
Yeah, you made it out. You wrote the book. I don't know how many fingers he had left after the old woman had him, but yeah.
Oh, here it goes. I found it.
Yeah,
Oh.
you got hazed. Yeah, you got hazed. What did you
We
find?
got the
Flo?
star.
Oh,
We got the star.
shit. Nicely
Okay.
done, dude.
So I think we got everything here. Yep.
Yeah, it feels like we came out of like a deep fugue.
This game is, yeah, it's thought-provoking, like I said. Do we have enough for this stuff?
I think we might have.
No,
let's see.
not one. We need one more. So
Okay.
we need one more. We need a tea.
Let's see.
So we'll go get a tea real quick. So
Yeah, then we'll
we'll
part
call
one
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna like dream tonight about like whether I'm human or not. At this rate.
So did you like the music in this game so far? I like the yeah, I like the voice, honestly. What's her name's voice? She's very soothing. I'll probably hear it right now somewhere. But yeah, I like the feeling that it gives you in this. The sound effects are dope. And it's very subtle too. Beep boop. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a very intriguing game. I must admit, like, I've never run across so much like prompts for philosophy. But I do this one, Flo.
You,
me see.
there's no
Do
oh, if you want to QR.
Yeah, I've got a QR
Okay.
scanner here.
You're once human in your first incarnation. Reincarnation is actually us coming back as program. You died long ago, but you got copied. Like in that, yeah, it's like that one game. I forgot what is it called. Shit.
So, Flo, the thing it says the eagle has landed. 31, 39, 36, 39, 2F30. Okay, a bunch of numbers. Then now is the time of tranquility. So it's interesting because didn't the Moonlander land at Tranquility Base? What is it?
Tranquility is one of the.
Sea of Tranquility, yeah. And I shall rest and observe the earth. And then they say this is a quote by Uriel 4. Uriel was a fallen angel, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as far as I know. Could still be a good angel. I don't know, maybe I've just played way too much Diablo, dude.
Up in the moon. The ego has landed. I've only heard it in context of the moon landing.
Yeah. Ooh, AI feedback, team leads,
The man
Stratton
behind
of
OS.
Segera.
I watched too much.
I read that too, that's funny.
Was Uriel a fallen angel? That's what, yeah, Jacoby was saying the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, Uriel. Uriel was also one of the septums in Oblivion.
Okay, here we go. But I wonder why they referenced the moon landing.
Okay, so Flo, it says here, Uriel, meaning God is my light, or fire of God, is a prominent archangel in Jewish, Christian, and esoteric traditions, often regarded as the angel of wisdom, truth, and repentance, though not in the canonical Bible. He appears in apocryphal texts like the Book of Enoch, guarding Eden, warning Noah, and acting as a guide. Interesting. So, shall we read this?
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
We keep discussing what an artificial intelligence would mean to us and how it would change our understanding of the world. That's a great topic, and I think we've covered it extensively. What we've barely mentioned, though, is the other side of the coin. I mean, our lives would still be what they were before AI, or no AI. The question I think we should discuss, even if it's all completely hypothetical, is the perspective of the artificial intelligence itself. What would it be like to be that creature, to suddenly come into being, created by others as an experiment, to have all the information about yourself, to know exactly how you function? What would you think about the world? Would you see meaning, beauty? How would you judge humanity? Where would you see yourself fitting into the grand scheme of things? I think we should try to put ourselves into the shoes of such a being. Dear Alexandra, yeah, what he just did there is deontology. Dear Alexandra, thank you for your feedback, but this is a philosophy course, not science fiction. And that's why I almost gave up on my studies. You see, Flo, when I did philosophy 1A, I remember they started the first course by basically starting with Nietzsche, and the first statement we got in the course was, God is dead. And I remember the very next class, 50% of the class were missing. So 50% dropped out simply because of like, so it's, some people are ready to question their existential being, some are just not able to do that, right?
Right.
So this guy
Or
obviously is
not
like,
able to hear the other side.
That's it. It can break you. You know, this shit can break you.
Yeah, because this is affecting your beliefs.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know of a lot of people that got
Your
like
identity.
physically ill. So it's interesting that someone in the chat said Soma. I wonder if I.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
one.
Soma. That's a good. That's the one that has to do with something in this regards of being
So
yourself.
You guys know what Soma means, right? Soma is body. It's or the embodiment. So if you think about like somatic, the word somatic, a physical symptom, right? So and then in psychology, the term somatoform disorder or somatoform, right? Now, soma, so somatoform disorder is very interesting. We've all seen movies like what do you call it? Like these soldier movies where soldiers get like PTSD, right? And then they often have like physical symptoms like blindness. But then if you look closely, you try to figure out like why are they blind? There is nothing wrong with their eyes. They should see, but they don't see. So it's called a nervous disorder. Back in the day, we now know they're called somatoform disorders. So the idea is that you have had such trauma that you have physical symptoms with no physical cause. And by the way, one of the first people to encounter this was Freud, Sigmund Freud, which is why you should never discount psychoanalysis. A lot of people throw psychoanalysis away, but he had a woman who had temporary blindness. And when she started talking about her father, she had some sort of very weird, I don't know, like early childhood sexual experience with her father. So when she started to unpack that, then her symptoms would become worse. But then as soon as she finished talking about it and she was emotionally exhausted, her symptoms would ease. She would no longer have the physical symptom. So a somatoform disorder is when you have a physical symptom of something, but there is nothing. There's nothing wrong with you. Your mind is creating symptom as if it is real. So yeah, interesting. Soma, body.
Yeah, it's a good game. Soma. Interesting philosophy too in that game.
Hysterical blindness, neo-voodoo. That's an old term, by the way, hysterical. They claim that it is a politically incorrect term because it refers to the hysteron, which is the female reproductive system. So the term hysterical came from woman, basically being hysterical. So hysterical is no longer used as a word because it's considered sexist. But anyway, never mind. We're not going to get into that shit. Hysterical is fine, dude. It's a perfectly good word.
It could work. Okay, did we read all this? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, dude, they changed a lot, Neo. For example, sorry, Flo. I just keep getting
you're
stuff
good.
that's triggering me.
You're good.
They changed a lot in the DSM. A lot. Like, for example, in the early Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, being homosexual was considered a paraphilia. So in other words, it was considered a sexual disorder, right? So now that we have brain studies on humans and we know that it's not really a choice, you're born that way, right? You're either born liking men or women or whatever else it may be. It's just the way it is. And early fetal exposure to testosterone and estrogen has a major role to play here. It is biologically imprinted whether you like boys or whether you like girls. The person doesn't really have a choice, right? So then the DSM changed and said, no, it's not a mental disorder. It's actually, normal behavior. Now, what's fascinating is the trance phenomenon at the moment is under heavy debate in terms of clinicians, because if you felt that you were a male stuck in a female body or a female stuck in a male body, the old DSM would have considered that a sexual dysphoria. So in other words, the person has a mental disorder that needs to be treated. Now, one of the thresholds for mental disorders is it has to stop you from functioning in the world. It has to negatively affect your social and professional ability to function. So one of the big outliers with trance is that unfortunately there's an extremely high self-outage rate. Let me just use the language correctly. Within the trans community. So the idea was that it is a disorder because of the high self-outage rate. However, thoughts about that have now changed, and if you want to look at some excellent pioneering studies on it, go and check out Johns Hopkins University. They were the first university to actually do screening for for sex changes, basically, for surgical sex changes, and they I think a minimum time of 10 years of therapy to determine whether this is a dysphoria or whether it is a real
that makes sense
issue.
10 years of trying to that makes sense. I don't know, like other than trying to get them to change as a kid, you know. It's like, well, shit, 10 years means that person at least has until like maybe age of 20 to figure out, you know. But to do it without that, you can't go backwards. And a lot of people have problems trying to go back, and you can't.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's have a look. Straton of Staggeria, 311 to 254 BC. That's around the time of Aristotle and Socrates. Was a Greek materialist philosopher associated with the Peripatetic school, an admirer of Aristotle. He was a proponent of empiricism. Empiricism is it's believing only in what you can see and observe, right? There is an objective reality, and therefore anything you see and observe is real. Anything you cannot see and observe is not real, right? And a fierce critic of philosophy that placed belief before observable truths. Though unpopular with many of his peers for his often acerbic personal manner, his commentaries on Aristotle were considered an important work. Much of his writing was lost in the destruction of the Library of Alexandria. Okay, very interesting.
Yeah, you know, well, we have a voice above us, right? There's a voice that talks to us saying he's Elohim, and so are we supposed to not? Okay, if we don't see it, do we not believe it?
Yeah.
Even in this
so,
game.
You know what's interesting? in like schizophrenia, right, is a very interestingly studied disorder. Now, there's an area of the brain called the Wernicke's area. It's a small area on the temporal lobe that is responsible for speech recognition and speech production. Now, if you have an inner voice, you know that it's your own inner voice. Now, in schizophrenia, they've actually noticed in brain studies that they often have auditory hallucinations, right? They hear voices. And they actually discovered in the late 90s that these are not external voices that the person is hearing. They're actually hearing their inner monologue, but they don't know it's themselves speaking. So there's a disconnect between understanding that this is my inner monologue. They don't know that it's them talking, basically.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting one, because is it like a vivid feeling? Because when I have vivid dreams, my brain will really bring out things that are like, if it really happened, or if it really you felt like you're there. You could even touch things, like if someone's missing a leg and down the road their leg itches, even though it's not there, the brain has the power to make that feeling exist. And so I feel like if your brain can do that when it's asleep, it could definitely do that when it's awake. We just don't understand it enough, where those vivid thoughts can be sounding real to them versus somebody that just has quiet thoughts, you know?
Yeah.
But our brain has the ability to make you feel an itch, even if it's not even there.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. By the way, Flo, am I
Ghost
am I
itch.
freaking tripping?
Yeah, I
Or
don't
is the
know.
game saying? Is the game saying? Has anyone managed to solve this one?
I have.
Florencio.
I know. I have no idea.
No, dude. Is this game messing with us? What the hell's going on, dude?
Let's see. Plague says arriving to say hi because I like the game and the way Flo and Arcanum discuss it. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys were enjoying it.
Yeah, dude, welcome to Philosophy 101.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be careful.
So I don't know.
We might discuss shit.
I don't know. I'm confused. It got me. It says I'm lost here. So let's see if we figure this one out.
Yeah. So Flo, the text is exactly the same when you scan it. And then it
Okay.
says a messenger must be awakened first. Hold on, I just want to check something because Flo, your name has a lot to do with Florence. Florencio. I'm just going to think
B99.
philosophy. Hold on.
There's a Greek
I'm
philosopher,
Googling shit here
Florencio
like crazy.
Craft. I wonder, will my privacy settings let me see my messages?
Flo, are you ready for this?
Uh-oh. Go.
Oh my shit. Martin. Okay, listen to this. This is what we have to look for. Now, you remember the word Uriel? And we
Yeah.
now had Florencio, right? Martin Uriel Florencio Chavez proposed a theory of conscious and guided artificial intelligence, focusing on artificial intelligence as a mirror to humanity, challenging anthropocentric egos and promoting intellectual humility. So Flo, how crazy is this? So we have Uriel, so they're obviously referring to Martin Uriel Florencio Chavez. So the idea is basically very simple. The idea is that when you look at an AI and how an AI learns, you're actually learning how we learn. And in that process, if you see a machine learning, you become humble about humanity because we think we're divine, right? We
Right.
think that we are created, that consciousness cannot exist mechanically, yet we've created mechanical consciousness. So are we just very simple creatures? You know, like that's where the humility comes in.
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm in the game. This is my message.
Dude, I doubt that- I doubt that it's
Oh, is
pulled
it?
from
But
that-
it has a message. But who's this Florencio? That's a real person, right?
Yeah, and we had Uriel as well, and they say here there's a real person.
It's a
called
real
Martin
person.
Uriel Florencio Chavez, who proposed a theory of consciousness
Look it up.
and guided AI.
Look it up. Florencio Chavez, not
Yeah,
just
go
my
check it.
name, but it's actually somebody named Florencio, and yeah.
So and I mean, what's the chances of that person, Uriel and Florencio, and the fact that this person is about AI, right?
My great granddaddy. Oh shit! There's another one right here.
Yeah, it's Flo's name, Plaque FCC. That's Florencio's full name. Yeah,
That's my name. The whole thing. Wonder.
that's crazy, Flo. Like now I have to ask this question: were we always meant to play this game? So when we were born, right? Did our paths put us on a path? All the decisions we've made brought us to this road where we are standing in front of this thing
Yeah.
with your name on it.
Hey. Is it chance or is it fate? Oh shit! It says faith right here.
Oh shit, I spent much time waiting for the designer to take my hand until I realized that he had been guiding me all along. I realized that it isn't for me to seek his help. It is for me to help myself. So Flo, you know what's interesting? There's an old, I don't know if you've ever watched The Sopranos.
Very few episodes, not too many, but I understand that.
They make a big thing in The Sopranos about the Ojibwe. There's an old Ojibwe saying that says, all the while, no, it goes, I often go around in pity for myself, right? So that's the first sentence. I often go around in pity for myself. So many people feel sorry for themselves, right? They think that they have the worst of it. So I often
Do they
go around in
do,
Pitsy-
or do they find that it's beneficial to be in that environment more?
But this is the second part of the
Okay,
saying.
go
So
ahead.
they say, I often go around in pity for myself. Meanwhile, a great wind has been carrying me across the sky. So in other words, you know, like you think that you have it bad, but meanwhile, you know, you may have actually had it far worse. And an invisible hand is actually helping you.
Oh, I know what to do now. Yeah, I see what you mean. Well, that's an optimistic take to it. Because at the end, didn't God say, you know, those who work get fed?
Yeah, but also, like, God had a bet with the devil and, like, destroyed Job's life, dude.
That's the part
mean,
that
you
is
have to
always
have
an
to-
interesting one. Is like, why would he need to prove himself on a test if he is confident? You know, what was the test for the devil?
Yeah.
It has to be a test to the devil because it's definitely not a test to man in a sense because he created them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like why would he?
Yeah, this raises interesting
That's his
questions,
work.
Flo.
He made it and he was happy with it. His
Yeah, now I've got a
designs
question.
were intended. Yeah.
I've got a question for you. Like, I was gonna get to this. Like, you know, they referenced Jurassic Park earlier. So, Ellie Sattler, she says to Ian Malcolm when they're in the car, she goes, she uses dinosaurs in her example, but you could replace dinosaurs with AI, right? So she says, God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs eat man. Women rule the earth. Okay, that's what Ellie Sattler says. Now let's change it to AI. God creates man. Man creates AI. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates AI. AI destroys man. AI rules the world, right?
Right.
So the question is, you know, God created us. Did we destroy God? Well, we definitely didn't listen, right? So, would an AI that we create be superior to us and destroy their God, which is us?
How'd you rephrase that? What?
So, in other words, you know, if we destroyed God, right?
Yeah.
Would an AI that we create that views us as their God, would they destroy us? It's the tale of Osmandius the king. All children seek deeply to kill their own parents, to be free of them.
Right. There's that philosophy of killing the king and marrying your mom. What was it? That was Freudian.
Oh, yeah.
Freud, right? Oh, who was
The
that?
Oedipus complex and the yeah.
We're
Yeah, dude,
kind
we
of
don't want
like
to go that deep into Freud. Yeah, Freud
My
had
child,
definite mom issues,
There
dude.
is
Yeah.
no shame in seeking
But
another
to
path.
have power,
Leave this mystery for
as-
another day.
Well done, Flo. Well done.
what do we do here though?
Jam. Oh shit!
Oh,
I see there's
oh.
two things there.
There it goes. Remember that time
So we
where?
need-
So we need. How do we?
We need to double jam.
Yeah.
Here. I don't know. Is there a
Oh.
second one?
We have to jam it here and here. Yeah. Okay. Is it gonna come this way? Oh shit.
Here he comes.
Is it open? Yeah.
Little bastard. Roly poly.
Come on there, little buddy. Get in there. Oh, and I have to do it here. Okay. 3 spots.
Oh yeah, for him to explode the mini cannon.
Yeah, there it
Hey,
is.
well, good thinking, Flo.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I think that's it.
Well done, dude. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, did we get some? Did we not get?
Hey, GG's first red sigil, they say. So yeah.
Oh, it's a red one. I don't know what the colors mean. Yellow. There's green, yellow,
yeah, we'll
and
have to
red.
figure that out, dude.
Okay, we're almost done with this, and then we'll let Acronym get some rest in a little bit.
Yeah, dude, I think I'm gonna have to like decompress after all this discussion. My neurons are firing, dude.
Did I not get the... Did I not get it? Or did I get...
Some
Oh, it is here. What? Oh, I didn't finish it? Oh, no, it's not even... Oh! Shit! That thing's gonna
what is
blow
that
me
other
up.
thing jamming?
That's gonna blow
Yeah,
me
dude,
up.
be careful,
Okay,
dude.
okay.
Be careful. Holy
So,
shit.
yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna have to let the ball go and then
And then...
let it
yeah.
crash into the duty, yeah.
And then... Oh, yeah. And then let it blow up.
Yeah, so be careful, dude.
Whew.
You're basically rock climbing here.
Yeah. Okay.
Here it comes.
Nothing in there.
Boom. Hey, Loop Flash, what's up?
What up, Blue Flash?
Welcome, dude. I
Oh,
saw a
you-
horror movie with you in it, dude.
Oh, I know. I turned your story into a cartoon, Blue Flash. Oh! I was close.
Nicely done, Flo. Nicely done.
Oh, the star!
Oh, shit. Yeah, you almost walked in.
Okay.
Hey,
So
you got a yellow. Nice.
there's a
Oh, shit.
star.
So, Flo, I think, can we go around? Is there a way of going around? So, in other words, if you grab that one of these and you have to go the other way.
Can they go underneath her?
Nice, Flo, nice.
So you ran it.
That was sneaky, dude. That was sneaky.
Hell yeah.
You were like, zoop, I'm out of there.
Gotta go.
Yeah, I'm not here. I'm not here.
Oh shit. Yep. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Looks like one more.
You know what these statues remind me of? The headless statues. There was
Two
a
more.
Pope. I think it was Pope was it Pope Innocent? Like way back. The dude was so bothered by the naked statues in Rome, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
they were like, all statues were naked, that he ordered the papacy to cut off all the, the protruding parts from the
Yeah.
statues and then put little fig leaves over them. So that's where the fig leaves come from.
You sure he didn't have maybe a smaller one that he was kind of intimidated and said, "Nah, this is some bullshit right here."
I think it was different, Flo. I think the man is a man of God and he was tempted.
Oh yeah, that could be too. That could be too.
He's like, damn, that's a hot David.
That's so.
Yeah, you also put leaves over the boobs and stuff, like the...
Yeah,
so
because
yeah.
that way you don't tempt yourself. You're not tempted by. Yeah, I can see.
Oh shit, Flo, watch out.
I can see that, but then they built it for natural. For a natural. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's where paganism and Christianity differ.
I got this thing right here. Okay, so I need another. Oh, I got a key somehow. Forgot I had a key.
Oh, yeah, Neo Voodoo, that's actually true, right? People often think of Rome as just having these white statues and stuff. Most statues in ancient Rome were painted. Just paint doesn't last that long.
Right. Well, back then the type of materials that they would use to make paint probably were not as not organic. If they're not organic, they don't last as long as well, organic lasts longer than inorganic. They probably use a lot of inorganic pigments. What's over here? Okay, the key. So we got these things. Okay, so that thing's probably gonna blow up,
Yeah,
right?
it's on its way where? Let me just see.
So let's block this. And then... Shoot, I don't...
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Flo. Yeah. Nice. Watch out, the thing's coming, dude.
Where? Oh, don't scare me. It's like, shit.
Is it behind you?
I don't know.
I keep wanting to look back, dude. I feel like that looked freaking roly-poly.
I think that's it. I think we got it. I don't see anything else.
Yeah, nicely done, dude.
Woo.
Yeah, the popes were pretty crazy. There was one pope who didn't like the previous pope's mandates, so he wanted to put the previous pope on trial. Only problem was the previous pope was dead for like 5 years, so they dug up his body and put his body on trial. Yeah, there's a lot of craziness that happened in the Roman Catholic Church, dude.
Yeah, and people are, I don't know. I would say people are more ignorant back then in a lot of topics.
Yeah, dude. Imagine you hate a guy so much that you dig him up to have a trial.
Damn.
I mean, shit, dude. Really, come now.
I'm actually several chambers from the true ending in the latest one. Are you? Oh shit. You're almost done with it?
Nice.
That's awesome. It's a beautiful game. It's good to take your time and just enjoy it. That's why we're kind of enjoying the dialogue, because that's the other second part of the enjoyment.
Yeah, it's weird that this game, yes, there's a game here that you have to solve, right? But like most of it has been like philosophy up to this point.
Thought-provoking, yeah, philosophy.
I never thought that a game could channel philosophy this deeply, but I guess, Flo, it's like you kind of need to know this shit or explore this shit, to... I think for most people there would be a surface game, which is just solving these little puzzles. And then for other people there would be the deeper side to it, the deeper iceberg that they perceive.
Right. Well, that's how I feel like Riven is. It feels like at first a puzzle game that you're like just considering a puzzle game, but then you realize that you have to go deeper into the lore in order to even get past certain areas. So that just gives you more chance to enjoy the devil's in the detail of the game. So this game's the same way.
Yeah.
It's got beauty where it's not quickly visible. Oh, you know what? We could probably do this, right? And
nice,
oh,
yes.
Yeah. And we need that one.
Hot damn, Flo. You're portaling this thing, dude.
Oh.
Nice. And we can get out. Shortcut.
Shortcut. I wonder if there was... Okay, is that it? I think we got everything, or... Right? There goes the runner again. Yeah, I think we did. Let's see. Because we got the star, right?
Yeah, that dude freaks me out, dude.
Oh no, there's another star. Shit.
Okay, well, Flo...
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to it later.
Yeah, we could hit that one a bit later.
Yeah. Let's get you to sleep. Yeah. Get some rest.
So Flo, there's a question about where we're from. Flo's from North America. I'm from South Africa. The reason I sound semi-German is because South Africa was a Dutch colony. So I'm technically like Dutch. If you think about like my European and actually I'm not. I'm like Dutch and I'm French Huguenot. My family's got both French Huguenot and Dutch in it, and yeah, we speak a language called Afrikaans, which is a Dutch derivative, but it is a bit more Germany than Dutch. And yeah, so that's why I sound German. A lot of people ask me that. They say, "Are you German?" I just like say no, I'm Dutch. But then I have to explain the whole thing, so I might as well just say I'm German.
Yeah, well, I like fettuccine alfredo, real Italian, Olive Garden, so I can definitely say I'm half Italian.
Yeah, I can do Afrikaans. Let me see. How can I say what can I say in Afrikaans that's cool to end the stream? Okay, I'm gonna say this. Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie, and that just means they don't know what we know.
Exactly. We know a lot.
Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. Yeah, they don't know what we know. But Flo, this has been epic, dude, and a great start to a new puzzle game. I must admit, I'm very intrigued by this. We have a long way to go, and I'm gonna have to rip out like some of my philosophy textbooks here, dude.
Yeah, and if you
gonna
want to
be
feel free to
interesting.
jump in and do a couple of puzzles yourself too ahead of time, you know, dig in there a little
yeah,
bit
I-
so that, you
I
know,
dig that.
you get some of that
know what's ironic?
natural feel too.
What's quite ironic is I just finished a book, Plato's Republic, like the book that was written, that Plato wrote, and I can tell you for one thing, if you're studying philosophy, guys,
No problem.
don't trust anything that Plato says. You can't trust Plato. Plato, remember everything we know about Socrates, Plato wrote. The only guy you can trust is Aristotle. Plato's a lie, dude.
Damn Plato, that bastard.
Anyway, but yeah, Flo, thank you for this.
Cheers.
This has been
Yeah.
very stimulating. I'm gonna have to go and drink like, I don't know, like Sleep Easy or some shit.
Yeah.
Because
Your
my
brain's
brain
already
is completely awake now.
it's
Yeah.
up. Yeah. All right. Well, you.
Oh, Neo, so you're Scottish. Same as Trump. Trump has also got Scottish heritage. Oh, man. Anyway, Flo, have a good one. Rest well. Cheers, chat. Thanks for the
Cheers.
fun and all the engagement. It was great.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, yeah.
I
We've
had a
got
good
many
time.
games to go. Cheers, guys.
Get some rest. Let's see here. So I have a what is it? Is it this one? For is it this one? Oh, let me find out. So I have oh, right here. So I have a cartoon. You guys let me know what you guys think about it, okay? Here, let me I gotta go use the restroom. I'll let you listen to it. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think.
Scotland is a fine country.
Oh shit.
They make a fine whiskey. Very smoky.
Alright, check this out. Oh.
All right. Night listeners, this story is not just background noise material. So picture this. It's past midnight. And a guy named Loop Flash is sitting at his computer just scrolling nothing weird, nothing paranormal, just another late night. Then his screen flickers. Once, twice, and then it goes completely black. He thinks the monitor died. He checks the power outlet. Maybe it was a surge, but the room lights are still on, the fans still spinning. The only thing that went dark. So he leans in closer. But as he was trying to fix the monitor, suddenly, it turns back on. But it isn't his desktop. It's his room, from behind him. He's staring at a live view of his own chair, his own shoulders, the same shirt he's wearing, except there's a delay about 2 seconds. So he raises his hand on the screen. His hand raises 2 seconds later. He laughs. He thinks it's some weird software glitch, except here's the part. Loop Flash doesn't have a camera, nothing plugged in, nothing mounted, nothing that should be able to see him. Then the version of him on the screen waves. Before he does. And he freezes. Because now it's not a delay anymore, it's independent. The thing on the screen isn't copying him, it's watching him. He slowly turns around, nothing, just the dim hallway behind him, door half open, shadows sitting in the corners like they live there. He looks back at the monitor, and the figure behind his chair is closer now, taller, thinner, head tilted slightly, like it's studying how fear works. Nope. I'd unplug everything. But fear doesn't make you smart, it makes you stare, and Loop Flash stared. The figure on the screen leaned forward. Its face had no features, just darkness where eyes should be. And the speakers crackled, a tiny pop, the kind old radios make, and a voice slid through the static. Dry, calm, close. You noticed me. Loop Flash jumps up, spins around, nothing there, empty room, but when he turns back to the monitor, the view has changed. Now it's showing the hallway outside his room, from the ceiling like a security camera he never installed, and in that footage, something is crawling along the wall. Not walking, crawling smooth, silent like gravity is optional. He hears tapping, not from the speakers, from the actual wall behind him. That's worse. That's way worse. He backs up, slow, careful. The tapping follows him. Left wall, right wall, ceiling. Always the same distance away, always matching him. And the monitor switches again, back to his chair, empty now. Something is sitting in it. Long arms hanging over the sides, head crooked, waiting. And the voice returns, clearer this time. Sit down. He doesn't loop flash bolts out of the room, grabs his keys, runs outside, drives around the block twice before realizing phone's still inside, wallet's still inside, everything's still inside. He comes back 20 minutes later, house looks normal, door still open, lights still on. He steps inside expecting chaos. Nothing. Computer off, chair still, silence. He laughs at himself, calls it stress, goes to bed. At 3:12 a.m., he wakes up to the sound of a computer chair rolling across the floor, back and forth, slowly. He laughs at himself, calls it stress, goes to bed. At 3:12 a.m., he wakes up to the sound of a computer chair rolling across the floor, back and forth, slowly. Luke Flash doesn't own a rolling chair. The next morning, there's a single video file on his desktop, no title, no date. He clicks it. 8 hours long, a recording of his room the entire night. The chair isn't empty. Something is sitting there the whole time, watching his bed, not moving, not blinking. Just waiting for him to wake up. So if your screen ever flickers and shows you your own room, maybe don't wave, because it might already know your name.
Oh man. G to the G's. Okay, let's see. Let me get some StarCraft. Any plans on casting replays with Acronym today? Acronym's gotta get some sleep, so it would be tomorrow if you wanted me to do it with Acronym. I'm down tomorrow. Today, shoot, I don't know if I'll work. It's 4:00. I could vote. If you guys wanted to, right now and see who votes for it. But yeah, tomorrow I can get possibly Akamon to cast it with me. How many do we have anyways? But we could vote on it only because I don't have too much time today since I go to work today. I do graveyard shift. It's a little harder on the weekends. Let me check. But I'll do a poll, and if enough people vote for it, we could do it. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Let me put it on. I'll vote. Put a poll, and if you guys decide, then we'll do it. If not, for sure, we'll do it tomorrow, either by myself or with Acronym if he can't. Let's see. Or viewer. Okay, I'll put a poll for 5 minutes. It's up to you guys. You guys decide. But yeah, it is harder for me during the weekends because I go to work. So my time is limited. Oh man. Oh. Okay. Oh, let's get hot. My computer cooks up.
All right.
Let's see here. Let me just
Yeah.
Let me lower this.
Yeah.
Hold on. I counted 11 replays that don't have your. So we'll. Yeah, because there's some of them that I didn't do last time because there was like not enough people, but the same people multiple times. So I figured we could split those. So yeah, we definitely have some to do now. So tomorrow I'm down. Right now it's 1-1.
Slipping, cutting myself with time. I know I should log out. I know I should breathe, but the cue pops loud and it's staring at me. What the hell is wrong with me?
Yeah.
Another map, another fight. I swear this shot has got me wired tight. I'm fine. Yeah, right. Cue again tonight.
Nobody wants to vote.
Mini-map flashing like it's marking.
Yeah, we'll have to do it tomorrow. Not many people are voting. Just it's a tie right now.
Cue pops. I don't smile. I load in.
It's 1-1 right now.
Cue pops. I don't smile. I don't breathe. I load in. Screen lights up like an interrogation. Map loads in instant calculation. I don't play to feel okay. I play to keep the noise away. Every click is a coping skill. Every build order bends my will. They say relax, it's just a game, but they don't hear it say my name. Supply ticking in my chest. I miss one beat, I fail the test. I don't rage, I don't explode, I implode and overload. Camera snapping, mini-map burns. Every loss comes back in turns. I don't forget, I catalog every mistake like an autopsy log. They think I'm calm, they don't see I'm barely holding symmetry. One wrong move, one late scout, and everything spills out. I don't sleep, I rehearse every outcome, best to worst. I don't hope, I prepare for the moment it all goes bad. They say quit, they say walk away, but the ladder talks back when I look away. I don't chase wins, I chase relief, trying to silence what's underneath.
Oh shit.
All
All right, let me see.
night listeners, this story is not just.
Let me restart the computer. I don't know, my hotkeys are tripping.
Where you check